Only 1 out of 50 unemployed streamers suffer from this condition during the holiday season every year.
Yesterday we did hit one goal, we didn't hit the other. Hopefully things will pick up more now that I'm getting back to gaming. I think more people will be showing up.
A condition that is only known as extreme e-begging.
And by the way, FYI, no, we're not going to be doing fast food and DSP tries it for every reward goal. Remember, every 10 we do that, but then there's going to be other milestones, okay? Perhaps when we hit 30, we forego doing a DSP tries it and we do something different. We could do liquor. People have tossed around the idea of a liquor DSP tries it, where you guys recommend liquor for me to try.
The desperation for money can bring people to fall back into old habits.
It might not necessarily be the right brand because they don't always have the same brands at different liquor stores. Maybe I get a certain kind of liquor, and at night, at the end of a late stream, we do a DSP tries it where I taste test some liquor and I tell you what I think about it.
If any of your loved ones show these signs,
okay, that could be funny or fun,
then please call 555-165-10-501.
Now keep in mind, we already talked about when I hit 50, which will happen eventually, we're gonna do a big reward, whether that's a special themed marathon that you guys vote on, whether it's like a Rage-a-thon or an Indies event.
Cambian's Pig Roast, we light the fire. Bring your hungry soul and lift you higher. Piggy on the spit, turning slow and right. Then heads come around every Friday night. Cambian's Pig Roast, come and get your fill. Best in town, we guarantee the thrill. Juicy cuts and flavors you'll adore. Then heads love it, they keep coming back for more. From the crispy skin to the tender bite, Cambian's Pig Roast makes your evening bright. Hot and sizzling every single piece, then heads gather round, taste the feast. Cambian's Pig Roast, come and get your fill. Best in town, we guarantee the thrill. Juicy cuts and flavors you'll adore. Then heads love it, they keep coming back for more. So grab a fork and bring your smile. Stay a while, let's eat in style. Join the fun and taste the magic. Then heads know this feast's fantastic. Cambian's Pig Roast, come and get your fill. Best in town, we guarantee the thrill. Juicy cuts and flavors you'll adore. And heads love it, they keep coming back for more. Grab a fork and bring your smile. Stay a while, let's eat in style. Join the fun and taste the magic. Then heads know this feast's fantastic. Cambian's Pig Roast, come and get your fill. Best in town, we guarantee the thrill. Juicy cuts and flavors you'll adore. Then heads love it, they keep coming back for more.
My wife is an angel. My wife is my saving grace. My wife is the reason why I'm so happy. And now of course, I'm getting emotional, but did you see how angry I was? Before I met Kat, you saw how angry I was, right? I am. Kat is the reason why I'm not angry anymore. So I'm happy.
Suffer, Phil. Suffer.
Day one views, day one inflated views, make the money. Gee, thanks for the money, dummy. Give me the money. I can't wait for the money. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I'm so just enveloped in greed and money. I need money. I need money. I need that money to pay my bills. By the way, I really desperately need the money to help with my tax situation. So, hint, hint. Money that I gotta spend. It's rare when I have to come out and say, guys, we really need tons of money today. When do I say that, right? Dude, you know how rude it is to ask people about money? Thanks for the money, stupid fuck.
Stephen Cambian is a terrible person. He made fun of me for begging like a crackhead on my streams. Ever since I did that interview, he's been continuing to roast me and get fat bags of money for it. So, of course, he doesn't really care about my begging or grifting. He only cares about getting that bag. I'm so sick of Stephen Cambian roasting me on his pig roast. I don't care what he says. I'm not going to stop begging. I'm broke. I'm bald. And I'm a loser. I have no choice but to beg for my moron viewers in order to survive. I have pizza parties by myself. I build Lego toys like an 8-year-old. I spent tens of thousands of dollars on a children's wrestling game. I play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games like a child, and I beg for money 100 times a stream. I beg that much because I'm broke. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. Money for taxes, money for gin, money for my car, money for fast food, money for new toys, money for DoorDash, money for my wrestling game, my electric, my internet, money for dinner out. I'm not eating a lunch meat sandwich on my day off. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I deserve that money. I really, really do. I deserve that money. I don't care how many times Stephen Cambian roasts me. I'm never going to stop begging. Why? Because I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. And I'll never stop begging till I get it.
What an ass!
He's a bum!
Do you know how
He's an
hard?
ungrateful beggar bum!
Do you know how hard it was for me to hold it in every time he said, "Jay," and I thought we were being obvious. Eh?
Yeah.
I thought we were being like as obvious as possible.
No, I mean we were like literally trying to get rid of him.
Fuck.
It's like when you like throw it. What's that scene where they throw the rocks at the dog at Old Yeller to make him go away?
Yes.
Or some shit like this. It's like, go. We don't want you here for a fucking.
In the heart of the city where the shadows dance stands the Kino Casino, a house of chance where PPPP and Andy with a watchful eye oversee the games where fortunes rise or die. The jokers are wild, the deer that's cold as stone as the night goes on and the stories are told. Desperate souls with dreams in their hands game all their lives in this dangerous land. Felted tables where the losers cry, clinking glasses, card flips, and winners' battle cries. In the Kino Casino, under flickering lights, the games of chance never cease day or night. Felted tables where the losers cry, clinking glasses, card flips, and winners' battle cries. In the Kino Casino, under flickering lights, the games of chance never cease day or night.
Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back. It is Thursday, which means it's time for Smart Guys, and we're going to get the big revelation in just under an hour of who Darkside Phil. He claims it's a big name. Is this going to be one of his dents, or is this actually going to be somebody well known? Because I'm sorry, but I truly doubt that Darkside Phil has got a line out the door, as he claimed, of people wanting to be a co-host with him. Now, of course, we've got certain internet losers that need the money bad enough that they're really trying to get that gig, I guess. But Jesus, and I just want to mention some kind and generous folks already in the live chat, and we have Shane Hall, author, has become a Praise the Cash member. And I'm sorry, my aggregated chat where I could share it on the screen only goes so far back. But if you become a YouTube channel member during a live broadcast, or a subscriber on Kick, or if you gift any subs or gift memberships or send some super chats, we read every single one, give you a big shout out and thank you. So big shout out and thank you to Sean Hall, author, who is now a Praise the Cash member. You get a member badge and some extra goodies in the members only section. Welcome and thank you for your kindness. And then we've got Sahouse is in the house, pre-goal, already throwing money at me. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money to pay my bills. Well, in my case, I just paid all my income tax for the whole year. I hate paying it in one chunk like that. I think it's easier to take when you have a regular job and you get that paycheck every week and you just look at it a little pissed. But at the end of the year, when you got to give it to them all in one shot, but thank you, Seahouse, for your kindness, generosity, and support. And we've got Chill Station 7 sending a super sticker of a pair character lifting some weight saying, keep it up. We will. And thank you, Chill Station 7, big time show supporter. Glad to see you. And thank you for your kindness. God bless you for your generosity. Man loves detracting for the cabin funds. Well, thank you for that. And by the way, I will not be going to the cabin this weekend. So I thought we would do something special here. So this Saturday night, we're going to have links here of formerly of Locale Queens. And there's all this drama going on. And that involves multiple people. Like, we've got Wings owing her all this money and stiffing her after she made all of these busts for him to sell, like limited edition. All he had to do was sign them and sell them. He never signed them and sold them, apparently, so he just stiffed her, never paid her. And there's all kinds of drama going on with this Lynx girl. God bless her. Apparently, some revenge porn was leaked, of nudes of her. She's trying to turn it around. So for the Gooners, which I think is a good idea, she put all that shit on her Patreon for $50. You Gooners can go have a ball with that shit. And then there's some Keemstar drama that is late breaking. Wow. And we're going to be talking about all of that on Saturday night at 10 p.m. I thought we'd do a little later Saturday night stream for all of you. And thank you, Moth Loves Detracting, for your kindness, generosity, and support. Big time show supporter. And listen, if you are not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button, because when a kind and generous person like Ginny U4Z gifts a True Seekers membership, you could win one, but you must be a subscriber, like Dave B, who was gifted a True Seekers membership here on our channel by the kind and generous Ginny U4Z. Thank you for that, and praise the cash, my friends. And we've got Picky Picture says, I'll kickstart the goal. Well, thank you for that. We appreciate your kindness, generosity, and support. We've got a very reasonable goal tonight. And then I found this video that details his Darkside Phil's I need this money to pay my bills scam. Oh my God. What a great video that I have for the bonus material. So thank you, Ricky Picture. And we have Detective. Let's roast this piggy. Time to make some bacon. Yes, and thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Also, a big show supporter, Detective. Thank you for your kindness. Keemstar is losing it, says Mercer. Can't take criticism lately. Well, all I'm going to say on this issue, if you're familiar with what he did, he basically asked this girl links for nudes and, like try to bang her, I guess. And, wow, it's creepy, and we'll cover it all in more detail on Saturday. But here's what I'll say. If you know that a girl is, let's just say, mentally challenged, you leave her alone. You don't do shit like that. You just don't do shit like that, Mercer. That is gross. I mean, if to me, I have a special needs child, so I have zero tolerance for somebody taking advantage of somebody with special needs or that is disabled. And it appears that's what happened in this case, but I don't want to be too quick to judge. Some people may say, well, consenting adults, but given her fetal alcohol syndrome and her own issues mentally, I would never ask somebody like her for nudes. In fact, I don't believe I've ever asked for a nude in my entire life. It's just not something I would do. Have I got some? Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I never asked for them. And by the way, I've been with my wife for decades now. So that time is, when I was single, everybody had like flip phones. That's how long ago it was. So it wasn't good quality pics or anything. It was garbage. The end is near, beware is here. It says, well, I guess I will super chat this weekend. None today. Oh, wait. Did I just hit enter? Well, thank you for your kindness and happy Easter to everyone. I hope everyone is having a great Easter. Thank you. The end is near. Beware for your kindness, generosity, and support. God bless you and happy Easter. I hope everybody's having a great Easter. We already started the festivities. My wife always makes it special for the kids. So today we dyed the eggs. Tomorrow, there's some kind of Easter bunny thing going on. And then, of course, Sunday, we're going to have a big feast. So somebody's asking about a divorce arc. I don't know how he's going to get out of this one. As far as I understand, he's engaged to be married, but she recorded him asking for the nudes and gooning on her, and I don't know how you get. Listen. I am very respectful to my wife to the point of like, I just don't do anything that she would find objectionable, right? Like I go out of my way to be respectful to my wife and not do anything she would find objectionable. I don't know how, as a man, if you're engaged, you get out of asking another woman for nudes or to bang you. Like this is not. It's yeah, divorce arc for Keem. Who knows? Yeti Orc Not News said, did you ever get the opportunity to look at Huff Paranormal, aka Super Scammed of the worst kind? Yeah, and it's on my list, but we try not to. They're not a huge thing, so the return of in order for me to put my time to that, I just don't know if anybody would tune in, but I am checking them out, and thank you, Yeti Orc Not News. Felting Bigfoot people is on my list. We really got Todd Standing dead to rights faking Bigfoot photos and videos. Chill Station 7 is here with one for the goal, saying Suffolk Grease Star. I should just say, like, I don't have anything against Keemstar. He once tried to get into the UFO space, and we talked a bunch, but like he couldn't hire me because I'm the guy that busts the clickbait, and he needed people to generate clickbait. So he tried, and I think he thought he was just going to get millions of views off the bat, and it just didn't work out for him. But thank you, Chill Station 7, for your kindness, generosity, and big show support. Cream Star, somebody said. Yeah, apparently he said that he wanted to come on her face and make her a glazed donut, whatever that means. I guess cream pie, and that would have to be 2 shots, right? One in the face and one in the box, right? To do the cream pie. I don't know. Cream Star, yeah. He wants drama for drama. Yeah, I mean, he thrives on it, so it'll be interesting to see what he says. Yeah, what a gentleman. I want to come on your face and make you a glazed donut. Yeah, just gentlemanly. And you know, there's also the issue of like she worked for him at either at the time or he was kind of like holding that over, like, hey, you could come back to the show if, you know, and to me, that really is a form of harassment. Like, I was always so careful. I had a corporate job where I was in charge of like 100 people in this office, and a lot of, you know, half of them or more were women. So I always made it a point to be incredibly respectful so that I could never be accused of any kind of, you know, I wouldn't make any comments or nothing, you know. I was very, I guess, even to the point of being paranoid. It was a great paying job. I didn't want to lose my job for some, you know, for those who don't know, if you work in a cubicle farm, you could say one wrong thing to a woman and you get fired. They were very sensitive at the time, even more so now. Yeti Orknot News. I didn't see the Todd Standing episode. When was that? Go to my main channel and go all the way down to the free documentaries. I made a whole documentary of Todd Standing's fake Bigfoot photos. It's called "Is This the Face of Bigfoot?" Or you could just search on YouTube, "Is This the Face of Bigfoot?" And I brought in all kinds of experts. Everybody thought it was hokey and fake, you know. And I mean, I brought in puppeteers and magicians, um, cryptic experts, all kinds of experts. Everybody looked at it and said, this is fake as shit. Todd Standing is a scammer, you know. And then he got caught with like a Bigfoot glove in the back of his car, and he was filming these videos of an apparent Bigfoot hand taking apples off a log that he left out for the Bigfoot. It's just fake as shit. So, of course, we have Smart Guys coming up in 36 minutes, but we'll fill some time. In the meantime, we have I have some clips that are just cringe worthy. Every time I think Phil can't get any scummier, he gets even scummier. Like, how do you keep getting scummier? Like, I thought that we reached the scum, you know, like the limit of the scum from Phil. But I have this clip, which I will cite fair use and share. This is him talking about his DSP speaks on his parents' health, and it is cringeworthy, my friends. Just cringeworthy. For those unaware, his parents live in Connecticut. They're getting older now, and but Phil refuses to go visit them because Connecticut is too boring. He wants them. What are they, in their 70s or 80s? He wants them to hop on a plane, fly all the way across the country to Seattle to him. It just shows his selfish nature. Like, I'd give anything to have either of my parents back for just a little while. You know, they both died young, especially my father. My father died at 52. So, you know, I was like, I don't know, 20 when he died. The fact that he still has his parents in his life and he's just like, fuck them, I'm not going to visit them because Connecticut's boring.
Well, you know I drink it majorly once a month whenever I do a marathon, and then every once in a while I'll drink it between. I make it a rule I don't drink when I'm out anymore. So if I'm out with my wife, we go to a restaurant, I never drink. So it's only at home. And even then it's occasionally, you know, sometimes like once a week, maybe with my wife on our day off or something. It's not frequent.
Or
By the way,
I'll
that's
see if I
11
can
straight
find a link
streams
to
now.
that.
11 straight streams. We have
And
hit
put it in the
my
live chat.
support goals. It's amazing. Thank you guys. That is so awesome. Can we keep it up tonight? That would be cool if we could. It's 12 and climbing.
And here he
What a
is
streak.
begging.
All right, pretty awesome that we've had this streak again going on. No matter what I play, you guys are supporting my streams, and I really appreciate you. So now tomorrow we have to try to figure out what's the next reward, because I don't know.
It doesn't come up.
This morning I tried to present a new idea of what we can do for a milestone reward. Instead of me doing like DSP tries at food, I said we could try other products, starting with maybe cologne or something like that.
I found the link.
Because I have a bunch, and we could do like testing where I explain the product, I show you the bottle, I tell you the value, you know, what it smells like, what ingredients are, where to get it. I could do like a 20-minute big video informing you about different colognes that I have that I like. And then in the future, we
I
could
put the
try
link in
yours,
the
like
live
taste,
chat
like
there.
smell tests.
Or not.
to
You'll
see if they're
enjoy
any
that.
good.
Especially if you
everyone
don't like Todd.
No, this is a horrible idea. How dare you think of something different than food? We only have asked you for something different than food nonstop for months. How dare you think of something?
Yeah, Phil's big idea is that he's going to review colognes. He's going to review cologne. He's going to sit there and sniff cologne. and talk about it. That's a reward for his audience, that he's going to sniff some cologne. And knowing Phil, look how greasy he is. He's got to have some, like, the world's awful, just, he wears dickhead cologne, you could tell. And he wears way too much of it. You could tell just by looking at him, because he's so greasy. He's one of those dudes. It's like, oh, I don't need to take a shower. I'll just take a Polish bath. And I'm Polish. I'm allowed to say that. For those unaware, a Polish bath is cologne and deodorant. Who needs a shower? Just take a Polish bath. He looks like a dude that takes Polish baths a lot. Look at him. He's always so greasy.
Something else. So I don't know what we're going to do for the next reward. We got to talk about it.
He doesn't know what they're going to do for the next reward. Probably stuff his face. He likes that.
Jimmy Jam, I'm glad you think it's a good idea. You may be the only person. People were very negative about it on the
That's because it's
stream,
gay.
They were
Phil.
incredibly negative about it.
It's totally gay. So I put the link in the live chat, Orknot News, and thank you for your interest. If you don't like Todd Standing, you'll love it. But if you're a fan of his, you won't like it, because I just shit all over him for the whole free documentary. Dead air, dead air, dead air.
Right. DFP sniffs it. DSP smells it.
DSP
Because I said we could do it as an episode of DSP.
He is Polish, too. Then he does the Polish bath for sure, 100%. Maybe because it's stupid.
Possibly Bears has gifted a membership
Yeah,
on YouTube.
he should be
That is our
sniffing
first contribution to the
colons,
stream.
not cologne.
So let's get that up on the leaderboard and get the momentum started
Sniff
here.
some
Thank you,
ass,
Possibly
Phil.
Bears.
I don't take fitness advice from a fat dude.
91.
Yeah, that's how
No,
I
possibly
feel.
91 Bears, excuse me.
I got a friend that's super ripped. I would take health advice from him because he's super ripped. But
That
I ain't
is
taking
$3
health
worth of
advice from a guy
support.
that
Every
looks like
membership
this.
is worth $3 on YouTube unless it's a higher tier, but the gifted ones are only
Oh, thank you for reminding
how
me
you doing?
there, Arlene.
Yeah, I know. Mozzie says, I think the idea for Cologne would be good, but people are just so boring. No, the truth is, most people who complain about anything are LARPers. What do I mean by that? They're not actually fans. These are the people who sit around just to crap on my streams, to crap on me. So the moment I come up with something interesting or different, oh, it's bad idea. But then they'll be the ones to sit here and say, he's doing another DSP tries it at fast food. That's so boring. It's so boring. Okay.
It is boring. Nobody wants to watch you fill your fat face with shitty food. And I love how Phil's always like, oh, I eat so healthy. It's like 3 times a week, dude. You're eating fast food on your stream. That's not healthy food. That's garbage. It's going to kill you, bro.
Okay, how about we try this? No, that's a bad idea. All right, let's do the fast food then. No, that's boring.
Thank you, Arlene.
So
I
I
have
get
pinned
tired
in the
of it,
live
you
chat.
know?
Please
I
subscribe
don't
to
know,
our
we'll
new
see.
Clips channel.
Well, let's figure it
We
out.
only
We'll start
need
talking about it tonight and tomorrow.
8,000 more
What would you like to
subscribers. I
see
don't know,
for the next
500 more
the next
subscribers.
tiered reward?
Can a
when we hit
cologne
30
smell
goals,
robust?
because it might be within
What
the
is
next week, so we gotta
interesting
figure it
about
out.
smelling cologne?
I can't grill in my backyard.
Yeah,
It's
this
not
is the
even
guy
allowed,
who
Black
said
Mamba.
Triple
Number one, I
P
don't
had
have a
no
grill in-
original
it's not legally
ideas.
allowed anymore. There's no grill in my neighborhood.
You're right, blind daughter.
Nice try.
Oh shit, that's got
Let
to
me
be
get
a
the
review tech thing.
chair cover on because we're going to start in a couple of minutes
Did he
here.
really
So let me
make
just
his
get this
daughter
on
go
quickly.
blind? That's terrible, man. He door dashes nearly every meal and cooks nothing. Yeah, I don't.
How do you like my new shorts? That's right. My whole outfit, my whole wardrobe is new for the summer. Look at that.
Jesus Christ! Look at his white pasty ass legs. Get some sun, bro. I'm pale, but he's worse than
All right.
me.
So here's the thing. We've had 11 straight streams of support. Tonight is probably the stream
I wear a little bit, but it's like one spray, and I do this,
basically,
and then
when
I do
play
this.
Black Ops 6, it's very
one
hit or
little
miss.
spray, and
Sometimes
my
we get
wife
people who
picks
really
it
like
for me.
seeing
I
me
don't pick
play
my own cologne, so
these
it's for her,
first-person
really.
shooters, and we get a ton of support.
Cologne will be
And sometimes
tangy.
it's just really slow. So I don't know how it's going to go tonight, honestly. I hope that we do have great support and people get excited and pumped.
He wants to write off all the colognes that he
I gotta
buys.
focus on what I'm doing with this multiplayer. And I do get worked up and everything. But hopefully it works out and we do a good job.
When a bunch of
I
bored
entertain
people
you and
watch a
hopefully win
boring
some goals
person,
tonight. I guess we'll
he
see.
is. He's look
First
at
tip
his
of the night
chicken
just
legs.
came in.
Yeah.
It's $10. Thank you so much.
Skeleton leg.
This one says, would you shut up and play the video game we're here to pay you to play? Is that really what you're here for? Because a lot of people don't pay me to play the game. I'm serious. Last week, there was a stream that I was supposed to do.
I really don't know what
a
you're
commentary
asking.
show.
Is
I
it
didn't
hard
do it.
to
Instead, I
get
just sat here and talked
Dun
for
and
2.5 hours,
Bradstreet
and
and
I made over
experience
$200.
business as a vendor?
So there you go. A lot of people are here just to hang out and interact with me. And since I play Call of
Pardon
Duty,
me.
I have to concentrate on it a lot. Since I don't interact with you,
I used to be a corporate credit analyst, so I know what those things are. I don't need them in my
like I
business.
said, we actually didn't hit the goal of this 2 weeks ago. Well, actually 3 weeks
Phil
ago.
wears
And I
Amway
said, I'm putting it
cologne.
on hold. And we took a whole week off from it. Then there was the seasonal update, and we played it last week, and it did good. We actually hit the
Imagine
goal
wanting a
last week.
video game
So can we
streamer
do
to
that again
play
tonight?
games. I know.
Let's find
People in
out.
his live
You know
chat
how
are
we
like,
could do
just
it?
play the game,
Momentum.
you
We got
loser.
possibly 91 Bears giving a membership. Thank you. We got our first tip of the night. Thank you. Let's get our first super chat of the night. Let's get our first sub of the night right
Beg,
now.
beg, beg. Beg, piggy,
Okay.
beg. Jesus.
I did kill him, then I got killed through the fence. Come on, guys, let's get some support.
I
I'm
can't
actually
believe he
second
does
place
this for
on
a
the
living
leaderboard
and
with
he's
an
this
auto
bad at
shotty on this
games.
crazy fucking
My
match.
8-year-old could beat
Though I
him
would not take a trip
at
to
any
Iran.
video
I would
game.
like
I
to stay
guarantee
alive.
it.
All right, so guys, thanks for being here tonight, chilling with me in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Please.
Well, if you need to know
support the
people's
stream if you
credit,
can.
it's a
All
good
right?
tool.
Some gifted subs.
I use
would
D&B
be very
reports and
nice.
personal
How
credit.
about a super chat or a tip? Our goal is $150. We're around 20 something right now. What are we at right now? 28.
Chill
We
Station
have hit
7 with
11
one for the
straight
goal.
streams of hitting the goals.
Says just put
Let's
the terrible
keep that
gameplay in
going.
the
Let's
bag,
hit
bro.
12 tonight. Let's keep the momentum going. All right?
Suffer, Phil.
Let's do it.
I would hate my life if I lived like this too, Eagle Eric.
Keep in mind, we got some good stuff coming,
What
like a
a
marathon
loser.
at 50 goals hit. We already talked about the
Blame it on
possibility of a
lag.
return of
Yeah.
viewer's choice.
How is it
or a
possible he's
special
so
vest
terrible
and
at
hat
video
retirement
games?
ceremony. It's going to be interesting what we figure out we want to do. Someone tipped $3 says, I was watching your podcast video on demand. I laughed hysterically at how people are trying to say that you possibly doing, some testing of colognes and stuff as an idea for the future is bad. Yet then they want you to install Linux or take weed on a stream. I know. The thing, it's just insanity. The things that people say, it's like I say, they're
I
large.
got to stop it here for a
DSP
moment here.
Trizit goals work.
Yeah, I have a background in computer science, and I'm a Linux guy. Phil can't handle Linux. He can't even handle the simplest Linux like Mint Linux or something. But I'd pay good money to see him try to install Arch Linux from command line, right? Yeah, I think that when people suggest to Phil that he should install Linux and run his stream on Linux, they're trolling him, because if he tries it, he's going to fuck up his computer and he won't be able to stream for days until he gets Windows reinstalled. He can't even install Ubuntu. No. Next month, makeup tutorials. Phil will rage quit Linux. Well, listen, I've been there. I've been using Linux since the late, since like Red Hat 4.0. When was Red Hat? I don't even know when Red Hat 4.0. It's going to be the 90s. Red Hat 4.0 release date. And I actually used Red Hat Linux 3.0, but not professionally. Yeah, wow. It was February of 2000. So I've been using Linux for, 25 years. Doesn't seem like that long. Time flies when you're having nerd fun. Yeah, I don't recommend DSP tries Linux. He won't do well with Linux.
Are you aware?
He can't even work a
now
fucking
we're approaching
microphone. He's not going to be able to work
250
Linux.
goals hit since I instituted this reward structure back in late December. We're almost at 250 goals hit. It's working. Sometimes we're hitting multiple tiered rewards in a week. People like it. But then you got people sitting in chat, I don't like it.
These boardroom meetings, like, does he not get that he sounds like a guy at a multi-level marketing company? Like, come on, guys, we got to get one more goal. We got to really pick up the pace. Like, he sounds like that cheesy motivational manager that they would get. They stick you in a meeting and try to motivate you to work harder for nothing. He sounds like that every time.
I don't like the food. I don't like it. I don't like that. But I'm hitting my goals.
He can't take
so
criticism.
What are you talking about, and what are you complaining about? Like, it doesn't make sense. If people actually didn't like it, I wouldn't hit the goals. You understand that? Like, so I'm like, all right, I'll think of some.
Your
new
dents
things.
will
Here's
pay
something
for
new.
anything,
No,
Phil.
I don't like it. Well, we're gonna do DSP tries. I don't like that either. Here's
His
10
dents
ridiculous,
really will
stupid
pay
things
for
that no one
anything.
would ever want. LARPing. It's the new thing, the new fad. Come to DSP streams and pretend to be someone who cares, yet you're someone who's literally never supported anything I've ever done. All you do is sit around complaining all fucking day. No one cares about your opinion. You're irrelevant. So I agree with you.
I will say this, though. The one part that I kind of agree with Phil on is that the people who complain about my show the most, they've never given me $1. That I'll agree. Sometimes the bigger complainers are the ones that never support you. So, not that I don't listen to criticism, but I always say, like, join my Patreon and message me what your suggestions are. It's $1. And if you're not willing to give me $1, I'm not. And some of these people will send me like 2-page letters about everything I'm doing wrong on the show and who I should be covering and what I should be doing.
Thank you for the $3 tip. We're now at 36. Let's keep it going, guys.
He knows exactly how many dollars he's up to.
All right. I'm here till around 9:30 tonight. All right. Come on, guys. Good stuff. Let's get some more support tonight. Let's hit that goal. Again, 11 straight streams we've hit the goal. Let's not have it end tonight. Let's continue that momentum.
Yeah, I think he's
Come
only
on, you
hit.
stupid
I think
AI.
he's faking.
Thank you very much. And
Anybody? Is it just me? Really? Tell me in the live chat. Is it just me, or does it seem like he's faking anonymous tips to hit goals? And I think he's doing that because he doesn't want to feel like he doesn't want Keno to go like, oh, he hasn't hit his goal in 11 days. So he's faking. I think he's faking the goals. I think he's faking them because it seems like I've been monitoring some of his streams and it seems like, oh, we've only got 10 minutes left in the stream. Anonymous, $120 tip. And suddenly he hits the goal. Like, I think he's faking them. Wrecker with one for the goal, saying, beg, piggy, beg. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for a long time he's been doing that. And thank you, Wrecker, for your kindness, generosity, and support. Big ups, and God bless you. Happy Easter. Yeah, for a long time he's been doing that. It says Tattoo Jesus. Wow, what a good user ID. Hand Solo 2069. When are you back on the casino? Listen, I get asked this all the time. I don't want to be like pushy to them, like, hey, I haven't been on in a while. They've helped me enough. When they need me, whenever they ask me, I will be there. We did have that one show that got canceled, and the folder is still on my Google Drive with all the clips. So whenever they need me, we've got a turnkey show ready, but it's really up to them. And just so everybody is aware, like if the sector snorkverse here is really busy, they don't need me. They do better doing their normal kind of content. So I understand. But thank you, Han Solo, and to all the people asking when I'll be back. It's good to be wanted. He openly admitted he was faking them. You don't know when they're real or not. Yeah, he said that. He actually said that. Yeah, you don't know my financial condition.
Please support the stream. We are more than a third to our goal. We want to keep that streak alive, right? We're at 11. We want to get to 12 tonight and keep it rolling down for the rest of the week.
Why is it the viewer's responsibility that he hit his goal every day? We don't hit YouTube just started the goal thing, so I kind of do it, but I'm not going to cry to the audience if it doesn't hit one night. And I certainly the next day won't go, come on, guys. We didn't hit the goal yesterday. We have to hit it today. He does this shit. It's literally like he is manipulating morons on his show to get money.
Let me just get up and stretch for a bit. Okay. Oh.
Stretch for a bit. Oh, I have clips of him falling asleep on his stream too. Don't let me forget.
If I kept walking literally one more step, I had the guy.
No, you suck at games, Phil. You didn't have the guy. He had you.
I'm not playing this map. I literally hate this map. You can't melee on this map at all. It's literally just sniping across those two pathways.
Blame the map. Video game expert.
Look at this. Now crashed. I hate that map. That's the worst map in the fucking game, in my opinion. Really.
He blames the maps. He blames the game developers. He blames the lag. He blames the joystick and the controller.
Worse than the bookstore. Strong opinion, Phil. Here you go. People just can't handle strong, manly opinions. They want those wishy-washy, sissy opinions, middle of the road, riding the fence, right between their fucking taint and butt cheeks. It's disgusting.
Oh, you know what? I think I mislabeled them. This is his beg stream. The other video is he talks about his parents' health, and he basically says, like, fuck my parents. I'm not going to Connecticut. They have to come to me.
Really disgusting.
Nice guy.
That map sucks.
How many times do you think they've bailed him out financially?
Always will. All right, guys, come on. We got
And he
another
promised him he would get a
45
job.
minutes left on the stream. Let's get some more support. We got good momentum. We're at 60-something, right?
Oh yeah,
Let's keep it rolling.
exactly. It's got to
Let's
be
get it to the
organic.
150.
But like I
Let's
said,
get to 12 straight
whenever
streams
they
of
ask me,
goals
I'll do it.
and keep
I'll
that
drop
momentum
everything
moving,
else
please.
and
All right.
rearrange my schedule.
Who's gonna
If
do
they
it?
need me, I'm
Who's
there.
going to give a nice big chunk of support tonight? Let's find out.
This guy has to have his chroma key work.
I can't move. I'm frozen. I still got him though.
We've taken control.
I got frozen in place and couldn't run. He just wanted to walk.
I
He
am.
refused to run,
I am.
So I almost
I'm
died to
jealous
that guy who was like
of DSP
shell-shocked
skills
and
at
didn't fire
mining
for
that
some
sweet,
reason.
sweet wheelchair cooling. You can taste the desperation.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
The
Did you
anonymous
see
tips
that?
are always exactly
Dude, you can't
what
make
he
it
needs to
up.
hit the goal.
My knife literally passed through their body with the animation. Like, what else would you like me to do to make that work? What a piece of crap.
Play the game good, not like a loser. You suck, Phil. Sneedburger
Well, now I gotta
syndrome
leave the
is
match
here.
with the
Now it's a
troll found
party.
it. How stupid. Literally point
His
blank.
parents
goes
paid
right
off his
through her
giant
body,
tax
zero
bill.
connection.
Yeah,
Get
even though
the
he
fuck
collected
outta
money
here,
from his
Treyarch,
audience
you
for
lazy
that.
fucks.
Then he spent it
You
on
lazy fuck
children's
game
video
developers,
game.
man. It's pathetic shit.
Yep. Chill Station 7 is here. Phil is the type of guy who would play rock, paper, scissors against himself and still lose. Loser. Thank you, Chill Station 7. Hearing the call of the goal.
Ugh.
And we're already at a good clip so far. 7 of 50. Let's go. Let's get some support. Don't make me beg wheelchair bound people and you know, mentally challenged mental patients for money, you know.
She's good. 17 kills, 28 assists. Yeah,
Thank you for
Storm's
kindness,
like
generosity, and
meant to be
support.
like an
Chill
assist
Station,
buffer,
big
right? She
support
buffs
tonight.
everybody.
Thank you, Chill
No, I
Station.
don't even think that was skill-based matchmaking.
7.
Comrade. That's
Much
just the game
appreciated.
being awful. Literally, again, we're at the beginning. I was right in front of the entire enemy team standing there. Swipe, swipe, right there.
I know,
Swipe,
he's
swipe,
the kind of
nothing,
guy that yell at his
nothing,
parents,
nothing,
I guarantee
nothing.
it.
Then her,
I worry
literally
about my
passed
own
through the
son. He's
body.
getting spoiled,
No
man.
connection. So
I
why
just
am I
bought him
playing?
2 games,
If
and
I'm
I got to
a
give him
ghost and I
something to
can't touch
do,
the
like
opponent,
clean his
why am
room
I
or
playing
something
this
for those
first-person
games.
shooter, right?
Feel that? We're about to win. Give them enough.
Lucky. Come on, guys, let's get some
His
support. I'm
goals
kicking
are
ass with the
pointless,
knife tonight.
yeah.
That's what I mean. I like doing this game. I
This
really
guy
do.
can't
And I was
play
like,
Call
this
of
is actually
Duty, a
quite
game
fun.
designed for 12-year-olds to save his
But I need to make
life.
sure that you guys are going to support it.
It
Also,
is
I gotta play
easier
other
in this
stuff.
latest version, right?
want to
I don't
play
know. I
this.
haven't
I
played
like
Call of
this.
Duty in years.
So, guys, we're going to need a rallying at the end here if we're going to hit the goal and keep the momentum going, which obviously I would like to do.
Let them have it, Black Ops.
Please support the stream tonight if you have not yet. And let's go. Here we go. So, guys, listen. Lance just did another 5-sub bomb. All right.
Yeah, he's
Can't
getting
have it all
beat
be
by
on
one of
Lance.
his own
Lance has been
dents.
supporting so much lately.
That guy PWR is killing him.
That guy
And he
sucks
said
too.
he's not giving Phil no
89
more
bucks
money.
support.
I have a clip. We'll
But
share
now
that.
I only have time for 1 to 2 more matches. I can only stay for about another 20 minutes or so. Okay. So
Yeah, if you really want to
gotta
hit the
get that
goal,
support right
you
now
stay
at
till
the
you
end. We
hit
are
it,
now
Phil, you
close to the
loser.
goal.
He's like, oh no, I'm
Momentum
out of
is
here at 9
there.
o'clock or whatever.
Let's hit the goal. Let's get some super chats. Let's get a tip. Don't let it all be on Lance. All right, let's hit it.
Yeah, don't leave it to the whale. Everybody else give me some money too. Save the
Excuse
whale
me.
for tomorrow.
That's right. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money.
He thinks
Now, that's
this is
an old
funny.
quote.
It's cringe.
All right, come on. Last 1 to 2 matches. Let's
The
hit it,
power
guys.
army is hot, brother.
Hit that support here now during this match. Let's hit the goal by the end of this round, right now. Okay? Let's do it.
That girl Lex took his biggest whales. I know that's hysterical.
Well, then I can do. Guys, can we get some of the support to end the stream, please? We're so close to hitting the goal.
Yeah, we
All
get
right.
that, Arlene.
Last match of the night.
I don't know. What was he
Guys,
saying? What was he
last
crying
match to support
about?
the stream and hit that goal 12 straight and get our momentum going towards our next
Yeah,
reward
I got to
and
get
goals
out of
hit.
here.
Let's hit
It's
it right
not like
now.
he's like, oh, I
Let's
got to
do
go
it.
bang my hot
Tonight,
wife
right
or
now, this
something.
is the
What
last
else does
chance.
he
I
have to
can't stay
do?
late after this match.
He's got
I'm outta
nothing
here.
else to
Upload,
do but eat and
thumbnails,
drink
get the fuck
gin and
out.
play that
So
wrestling
let's
game.
go now. Yeah. I'm gonna go hamming. I'm gonna go ham sniping. I wasn't
Horse
sniping all
Lover's
night,
Fat
so I was very
is
rusty.
here. Greetings and salutations. I know this is slop content.
Yeah, guys. I mean,
know.
what do you want me to do? I gotta go. I can't play unless we do an incredibly fast
He
match.
knows it's
I have to
cringe.
go.
He don't care. You're
It
right.
sucks that
he doesn't
apparently
care.
I just got put on the front
Charles
page. But I
McDonald.
gotta go. It's the end of my stream.
Thank you for your kindness.
I'm sure Kickstaff didn't.
Charles
know.
McDonald gifted a YouTube membership. So be sure that you subscribe because you're only eligible to win these free memberships when people gift them if you're a subscriber, not yet a member of the channel. They get randomly distributed to people in the live chat who are subscribers but not yet members. Like Tattoo Jesus. Tattoo Jesus was gifted a free membership by Charles McDonald. Thank you, Charles McDonald, for your kindness, generosity, and support. Robert P. is here. And thank you for that, Charles McDonald. Very generous of you. Robert P. is here and says, "Here is some support, Phil." Yeah, and I'm not begging. Listen. I would rather go broke than beg. You know, like I would just rather go. Can't he survive on like half the money and just have some self-respect and not beg like a crackhead every 5 minutes? Like he could, but he refuses to. He's like, no, I want that. I need that money. I really, really do. Wilcox got a stream Saturday. Already got a head of people. Got a load of people who are going to F with him. Good. Yeah. He does act so entitled. He really does. He really, really does.
That it was my final match. Of the
He never learned that if you're entertaining as a show host and people want to tune in, they want to support you. You don't have to beg like that. But he never learned that.
Right.
When I started, I absolutely hated the whole idea of having to beg or even read the super chats. I was like, wow, that's kind of cringy because when I first started, my show was not as loose as it is now. It was like very structured and scripted, and I didn't like it. I couldn't deal with it, so I just made it a joke, and that's where Praise the Cash came from. You know, like making a joke of like begging for money on the internet.
There's not going to be any more contributions. Relax. Thank you to those who did hang out tonight and did support the stream.
No more contributions.
I do.
Oh no.
All right. Good stuff. Good night tonight. Sucks you can't win them all, right? Excuse me.
Oh, he's raging because he didn't hit the goal.
Call of Duty.
He's raging.
Thanks to those who hung out with me. Thanks to those who supported the stream. I appreciate you. It was still very fun.
It would have been more fun if he got the money he
wanted. Good stuff.
He's raging inside. I didn't hit the goal. Fucking dense, holding out on me.
Okay. Those who like Call of Duty, I only get to play it like once a week.
Yeah, it's great. Tune in if you want to feel better about your life.
I enjoy playing it when I play it. It's silly fun at this point. But
this
I
guy
don't
is a piece of work. Either. He really is the vaping pig.
I don't take
Failed
it
the
that
goal,
crazy.
says Ardnet.
I like the Ninja Turtles event.
He
I played
wage
the hell out of
quit.
That one, but I only play it like once a week now.
Yo,
but thanks to those who
that's so funny.
Thanks to those who supported. Thanks to those.
Remember the Ninja Turtle game that he was playing and he was terrible at it? I got it for my son and he beat it one day. My 8-year-old boy beat that game he struggled with. In one day, he beat the whole game. Phil sucks at games, man. He really does. He failed the goal. Yeah. Pre-planned trips confirmed. Oh, thank you. Horse Lover Fat. Horse Lover Fat came with this channel. She's been here since the very first show. Remember that with Jason Quinn, the very first show? I'm doing backups now, V. So I kind of like, wow, I got a little nostalgic because I had forgotten some of those early shows. And for those unaware, if you've had a YouTube channel for 3 or 4 years and you haven't backed it up, it sucks backing it up. I have to download 1,500 video files. I'm up to I'm about halfway. I'm up to about 750. I'm almost through the live shows, which I think are more important to capture because all of the other videos sort of are clipped out of the live shows, or most of the videos. So it sucks, V. I've been downloading shit for days on end, and it's so boring that I don't know if my liver is going to survive the backup because I'm so bored waiting. Because you can't really download more than 8 or 10 files at once, or it starts screwing up. So you got to download 8 and then wait for those to finish. Download the next 8 or 10. It is so boring, and I've been drinking while I've been doing it. But thank you for saying I'm always authentic. She's been here since the very first show. And I'm glad to still see her here. That will tell you something. True Seekers is worth tuning into. The end is near. Beware with 5. You ever watch David Pilates? I used to do the missing true crime stuff, but then he got weird. Bigfoot and aliens, and now it's rocks and water. Yeah, he went UFO crazy and figured out that he needed to make more money. So for those unaware, David Pilates had a really good conspiracy. There's tons of people that disappear in the national parks, and nobody keeps track of all the missing people nationally. So he started to, and he's just like a former police guy, so he seems credible. But towards lately, he's like aliens and Bigfoot. That's what took those people in the national parks. It's really cringe. But thank you. The end is near. Beware for your kindness, generosity, and support. It is much, much appreciated. Let's finish this one up. Then I have some clips on my Twitter that are great. PWR saying he'll never give Phil another penny.
It was a good time, and I had
piggy.
fun. I always have fun when I play this on PC. Like, let me just tell you, playing this on PC the last 3 months has been so much of an improvement and so different than when I was playing it all those years on console. I'm so happy I became a PC gamer because this game is infinitely better.
Didn't he used to say the consoles are better than PC gaming? I don't understand anybody saying that, because a PC is upgradable. You know, video card get a little old, you get a newer one. You can't work on those consoles. What you get is what you get.
Better on PC with keyboard and mouse.
I think consoles are better for kids, though. You know,
Seriously.
but like my 8-year-old, after he got a PlayStation 5, the very next thing he's like, I really need a gaming PC, Dad, and you know how to build computers, so you can make me one. I'm like, oh shit, I'm still recovering from the PlayStation, cost of that. But I scraped around all my old parts. I've got a whole computer graveyard here, and I put them together a decent, not a great, but a decent, more like low-end gaming PC. But he's 8 years old, man. He just wants to play Minecraft and that kind of stuff. He doesn't need a great PC.
Good stuff. Until next time, next week.
He doesn't need a brand new video card.
Okay. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. I stayed late to do that one extra match. I hope that you guys enjoyed.
He's bitter. I stayed late to do one extra match, and I still didn't hit my goal.
Didn't hit the goal. It's all good. There's nothing we can do. I keep getting front page on Kick when either I'm doing something incredibly boring, like a half an hour of cutscenes in Like a Dragon last night, or tonight when I got
WTF, Kick? Why am I not on the front page? I better be on Saturday. That's going to be a good show for Kick viewers. Like, how is this clown getting on the front page of Kick constantly? Why is this clown getting on the front page of Kick constantly?
Gotta quit. I'm at the end of my stream. I've been streaming all day. Nothing I can do about that.
I haven't been front paged once, and I've been on there for months.
So, thank you. Phew, I'm so sweaty, so hot in here today. Thank you all for
not the first,
tomorrow,
not the NES one. One of the later ones for PS5.
News going on or whatever. Oh, by the way, Cherry Ice Cool. Let me get you that attitude.
He was playing. He was terrible at it.
And tonight, at 96
Jesus says, "I'd rather give this to you than Phil." Thank you for the content. Well, thank you, and praise the Cash. Praise the Cash. Hallelujah. Let's get some more, my friends.
Of Adamfall. I'm thinking I might even beat Adamfall tomorrow. I'm not sure, but we have to finish the robotics.
Thank you, Tattoo Jesus, and thank you, Indigo Horizon. Very kind of you guys.
Are at the end of right now, and then it's just I think doing the central processing, whatever it's called. I think that unlocks Oberon, and then I think that's the end of the game. Now I could be wrong, but there's a strong possibility we may be getting at least to the end of Adamfall tomorrow. Okay. And then tomorrow night, it is the conclusion of Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. So I'm
surprised he finishes any game as bad as he is at games.
He actually beat 2 games tomorrow and get them out of the rotation.
I thought of a funny thing, but I don't really want to involve my child. But what would be funny is if Phil starts a new game, I just set up my 8-year-old like off in the corner here with the same game, and we'll see if my 8-year-old can't beat that game before he does, right? And thank you, Indigo Horizon. And Stevie D, thank you. Stevie D8369 just became a YouTube channel member. And for those unaware, if you become a YouTube channel member, we give you a big shout out and thank you. So big thanks and big shout out to Stevie D8369. Now you get a member badge and a bunch of extra goodies. And by the way, I just want to mention that I had kind of lost track of things and forgot. I haven't been uploading the extra goodies, so I apologize, but I've got multiple videos that are dropping, if not this weekend, then next week for you Patreon and YouTube channel members. We've got a big I've got a big behind-the-scenes look at my new show, Internet Insanity Circus. You're going to love it. It's got puppets and strippers and all kinds of fun. And thank you, Stevie D, for your kindness, generosity, and support. Much, much appreciate it. And Stevie D, even more generous, gifted a True Seekers membership. Let's go. Big support tonight from Stevie D, 8369. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. God bless you, and happy Easter, Stevie D. And make sure you subscribe like Bulgarian Smoker. He was a subscriber, not yet a YouTube channel member. When kind and generous people like Stevie D 8369 gifts these memberships, they get randomly distributed to somebody in a live chat that's a subscriber, but not yet a YouTube channel member. So smash that subscribe button. Many generous people. Tonight, you could win a free membership. Thank you, Stevie D 8369. God bless you and yours, and happy Easter. We're not even going to finish this. I'm going to go over to my Twitter because I have some funny clips over there, and we're coming up on the 10 o'clock. So we should be, I'm going to share this tab instead. This one is great. I love this one. This is one of my favorite all-time clips of DSP. So apparently he's playing a game, and the people that are playing the game with him realize that he's sort of internet famous, and they roast him. And boy, do they roast him good. Suffer.
There's like a guy in our group right now who's like streaming this whole thing. He's sort of like semi-famous.
Oh, yeah, I think that's Darkside Phil. He was the guy that got caught for masturbating in front of children. Yeah, he was caught masturbating. I think he's like 35 years old.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was masturbating in front of children on the YouTube live stream.
He's proud of it.
Hilarious. He's like he's a pervert or something. I think he's a
That's right, I'm a huge pervert, guys. That's all I do. I just masturbate constantly in front of children. You're absolutely right.
Could somebody find me that clip without the music? Oh, I could AI the music out of it. Never mind. I've already got the clip. I just need to work on it. Because that clip, that's right. That's all I do. I am in front of children. Holy. Suffer.
There's like a guy in our group right now who's like streaming this whole thing. He's sort of like semi-famous.
Semi-famous. Yeah, he's famous for masturbating in front of children on stream.
Oh, yeah, I think that's Darkside Phil. He was the guy that got caught for masturbating in front of children. Yeah, he was caught.
This is the chatter as he's playing the game with these people. They're like, "Oh yeah, he's the guy that got caught spanking one out in front of kids."
Masturbating. I think he's like 35 years old.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was masturbating in front of children on YouTube live stream. Hilarious. He's like he's a pervert or something. I think he's a
That's right, I'm a huge pervert, guys. That's all I do. I just masturbate constantly in front of children. You're absolutely right.
That's something. But my other favorite clip of Phil, he got caught. Oh, let's do the PWR. So somebody asked PWR if he's going to, because people are giving this PWR a lot of money, but some people are concerned, like they don't want to give him money for him to then turn around and give that YouTube money he's being gifted to Phil. Here's what he has to say on it.
Oh, actually, I want to make something freaking clear right here. I did see a thing on X when I was looking at the messages. It just caught my eye. So I'm gonna get this on the air. Somebody is going to spread this rumor, or just I don't know if it's a conspiracy or whatever. But people, I think I mentioned this actually. People are saying that I'm gonna take this money and give it to DSP. So that is not happening. And
good for you, PWR. Don't give him another dime.
That's not reality. Trust me. And I want to make that damn clear. That's crazy. Could you imagine if I was just doing this and then they turned around and it was like, oh, here, Phil, like, that would be insane. That would be, like, the worst decision of my life.
No. You buy yourself Burger King every day with that kid. You're earning it. You deserve it.
That's ridiculous.
Don't give any money to Phil. He's a scumbag.
People are going to come up what they come up with, but I was just like, man, that's insane. It just happened to catch my eye, like, in the thing. That's why I was looking at the phone. I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, interesting. And then we have, oh yeah, I want to make sure we mention this Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Please do join us in the live chat. I will post a link later tonight. This Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time, Lynx is going to dish on all the locale drama. And boy, does she got a lot of it. And I'm a little bit of a fan of hers. I used to watch this Lolcow Queens when she was on it because I loved her telling that fat girl Becky to like eat a salad and shit. The shit that she would say to that Becky girl, I don't understand her. She claims she has a degree from Harvard and she's on a show eating cat food and getting humiliation ritualed on a daily basis. Like, what the hell? And thank you, big ups. Robert P is here and gifted 5 Truth Seekers memberships. Big support. Yes, let's get 5 more, my friends. Thank you, Robert P, who is the MVP of gifting these memberships. And Billy Badass got a free membership. Horse Lover Fat or V got a free membership. Glad to see that. Speak Life Garden Homesteading got a free membership. The End is Near Beware and Probably Drunk. Great user ID. All got a free True Seekers membership. So thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Robert P, big ups, and thank you. All right, Phil's stream has started, but he plays like 10 minutes of music because he's lazy. I do that too, but I do it better. Sometimes I do it. All right, let's get to Twitter. Yeah. So join us this Saturday night, and guys, be kind, right? Oh, and I want to play this one too. This is so funny because she laughed, but somebody took my laugh and inserted it, and it made it even funnier.
Suffer, Phil. Suffer.
I love
Suffer, Phil. Suffer.
It really seems like she's got my laugh. She stole my laugh, man. She stole it. And where is there's a clip of Phil. Yeah, this is it. There's a clip of Phil literally falling asleep on his own stream. He's so boring. Not only does he put his audience to sleep, he puts himself to sleep. Look at this shit. And by the way, he does this all the time. He almost falls asleep and then he catches himself. Like he jerks, right? And he does the back stretch like, oh shit, I fell asleep.
Queens especially. She's liable to demand the lion's share.
He's so boring, he puts himself to sleep. Thank you, Robert P.
Just one problem there. I get the feeling she ain't exactly out of the loop.
Be that as it may, nothing changes. We've still got a head start on her.
We do, huh? Since when was this a we thing?
Oh,
I'm not sure how much
fading out.
Privy
Look
to.
at him.
Rodriguez
Eyes
and
are getting
have
heavy.
An arrangement. Contract from before you showed up. Expected to be honest.
Sleep, Piggy, sleep.
And
sleep, Piggy. Sleep. Oh shit. Oh, I'm on stream. Oh shit.
Through channels I have control over.
Oh no.
I've already made some considerable investments here.
He's like, did anybody notice that I just fell asleep on my own stream? I'm so boring. I put myself to sleep.
My commission is a flat 50% of profits.
Oh, is that all?
That goes for whatever you people do.
Yeah, notice he only wakes up when somebody starts talking about profits. Oh, I think that is so funny. Final mystery. Let's see, where are we at? Did he start the stream or is it still just music? 1 second, friends. BSP on the floor. He's got a whole 130 people watching his show tonight for the big reveal. Who will be the final Smart Guys hosts, right? And I don't know if that music of his isn't copyrighted. Yeah, he thinks that these songs put him in a good light. Like, the people that make these songs are making fun of you for being terrible at video games, dude. They're making fun of you for being so bad at games, bro. We'll check in with the live chat. Stevie D8369 says, you bus grifters and you do not beg. Good to support that. Happy Easter. God bless. And God bless you, Stevie D, and happy Easter. I love Easter because it's spring. Easter is traditionally, for me, a time of rebirth and renewal. I kind of feel renewed when Easter rolls around. I hope you do too. Thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. Chill Station 7, but what about the child P? Chill Station 7, is the fact that this dude cranked one out on a live stream that children probably watch because he plays children's video games. It is cringeworthy, but thank you, Chill Station 7, and God bless you and yours, and happy Easter. Big ups, big support tonight. Thank you. And we've got Wrecker with another one for the goal. Phil bragging instead of begging. Imagine a world, a better timeline. Yeah, bagging instead of begging. Yeah, it's good to get these big fat bags. And by the way, Wrecker and Chill Station and all of you big supporters, Robert P, every one of you who threw a couple bucks in my hat, I want to thank all of you because I was doing my taxes. My wife is also like, you got to do something about the money that you send the state every quarter or something. So we had to check into this last quarter. It was my best quarter on YouTube ever. My just overall income, not just YouTube. So thank you all for your kindness, generosity, and support. And thank you, Wrecker, and God bless you and yours. And happy Easter. It would be a better timeline if he could bag them instead of beg them, right? Thank you for your kindness. DSP is almost 50. What do you expect? Yeah, he can't stay up past 9 o'clock at night. He can't stream yet tonight because he's still busy pulling out nose hairs. Gross. Moth loves detracting. Any update on the DSP puppet? No, I sent a message, didn't get a reply. I'm going to send another message. For those unaware, I'm going to try to buy this DSP puppet because I could use it. Or I'm going to make one. And we've got Sneed Burger Syndrome gifted a True Seekers membership. Make sure you subscribe. You're only eligible for the free memberships if you're already a subscriber, not yet a YouTube channel member. And Suffer Horse got that free membership thanks to Sneed Burger Syndrome. Big ups and thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Much appreciated. Sneed Burger Syndrome, longtime supporter, big support. Thank you. And we've got Ara. Of course, it's a Yakuza game. He loves these games because for him, it's nap time, and he needs to pretend to like them for his wife. Well, thank you, Ara, for your kindness, generosity, and support. Ara, I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you. Yeah, let's get a puppet goal because I'm going to have to offer that dude a couple $100 to get that thing, and I'm willing to do it. We got to do it. Let's check back in here with this final mystery. Is he live yet? Oh, here we go. It's going to be in a moment. He usually pays that. I love how he took PPP off the belt and he just put himself on twice, right? He's his own co-host. And what does everybody think? Predictions in the live chat. Is this going to be somebody big and famous like he claimed, or is this going to be another one of his dent losers? I think it's going to be a nobody.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final episode of Smart Guys.
Where's the co-host, dude? Oh, he's going to turn around. Very dramatic.
Before WrestleMania 41, it's time for episode 13, the big pre-show hype. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here tonight broadcasting live on YouTube.
Whoever it is looks like a real professional. Look at that brick backdrop that's made out of plastic. It looks like something you could buy at Party City for $5. Big spender.
And on Kick. And with me tonight is my third and final where's my third and final co-host?
He's probably smoking crack right now.
What the hell?
Did anybody see who this is?
Hi. Oh.
Hello, Phil.
Anybody know who this is? Put it in all caps in the chat. I have no idea who this is. Remember, he's been hyping this thing up for a month, talking about how big this person is, right? Yeah, I could make a puppet, but that dude already has a great one. Why? Yeah, I learned a long time ago. Art is art. Does anybody know who this is? People are trying to sell me viewers on Kick. No, thank you. Or on Twitch. I get spam from these people trying to sell subs. Fatty, bald, big ass and wide. It's nobody. Okay, so he got a nobody. He was hyping this up for this long, talking about all the big, internet celebrities that were trying to get this gig. He's got a nobody that nobody. I don't know who this guy is.
Hello, it's someone on the internet who you might know or you might not, whose name is Gahul.
Gahul. This is who his co-host is.
Ladies and gentlemen, my third co-host here on Smart Guys, now for the WrestleMania build-up show, is actually the Shockmaster in the flesh. But no, that was the Shockmaster gag. Very well done, by the way. Nice, you pulled that one off. Looked really good.
I hope it went well. I mean, I didn't fall, did I? I didn't trip. It looked cool.
You did fall, loser.
Right.
Oh, it looked great. That looked great.
Yeah.
People
So
right now
Phil is really, really scraping the bottom of the barrel. Last time it was one of his meth head dents with no teeth. Now we got this guy, bald, fat, probably a loser, but I don't know. I don't want to prejudge the guy.
saying, who the hell is this?
We'll
and
try
what
to
the
be
hell is
fair.
going on? So I think we should do a little bit of an introduction. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Oh, quality content.
Absolutely. So, for those of you not in the know, which is I'm assuming everyone on the stream chat right now, my name is Gahul, and in fact, long ago in the distant year of 2021,
He is
I
bald.
hosted a wrestling
And he's
podcast
fat. Yeah.
with one Ashton Parks, PPP. People.
Whoa! Hold on. No. Well, I don't.
Oh, this is the guy that hosted the show with Triple
not
P.
a fan of pro wrestling. All right, we all know that PPP hates it. Only he's outright said on his show.
Who the
only
F is this
retarded people
bozo,
like
says
pro
Chill
wrestling.
Station 7. Thank you
There's
for the
absolutely
support.
no way that
Big
this guy
support.
would've possibly covered pro wrestling in the past.
Thank you for your
or
kindness,
talked to
generosity,
anyone
and
else
support. Chill
about pro
Station
wrestling.
7. Big
He
support
only did this
tonight.
show with me to
Thank
make fun
you.
of me.
Happy
We all
Easter,
know
bro.
this. He said this publicly. So I don't believe you, man. I hope you've got a lot of receipts.
It's one of
and
Ashton's
dirt about
former
this guy,
co-hosts.
Because I don't think that right
Yeah.
now it's a very convincible argument.
Well,
Yeah,
listen,
we do have to smoke cigarettes
if you
during
want to
this.
say only retards like wrestling, well, you know what? Then he's a retard, I'm a retard. We're all a big group of retards here, man.
Well, that I
Let me
agree
say,
with.
I like wrestling. What do you mean he doesn't?
PPP
we talked about
excluded.
wrestling it was literally over here. Our first interaction online.
He's going to pick Ethan
was a
Ralph.
pretty heated
Yeah,
debate
he's
about
going to definitely pick
pro
Ethan
wrestling
Ralph, and I'll
and
tell you
he has
why.
Actual strong opinions about pro wrestling. And I'm assuming he still listens.
He's not going to get a shit ton of super chats or support tonight for this nobody. And I don't even want to say too much. What can I say here? Ethan Ralph, everybody, even I don't even want to say it. That stream with Ethan Ralph got a lot of support, but not for the reason that DSP thinks. It got a lot of support because people want Ethan Ralph to be the full-time host, because I give it 2 or 3 weeks before he gets community guidelines striked and screws up DSP's whole channel. That guy cannot watch his mouth. That guy cannot not be cringy. KVP with 5. So are we shitting in our diapers now? It's going to be another bore. That means more, Steven. Yeah, well, listen, we'll tune into this for a little while, and if it's as bad as the meth head stream with the meth head dent, then we'll do the bonus material early. We don't. We're at 16 of 50. We're not even halfway to the goal, but I don't want to bore my audience. So if this is bad, we'll do some better content that I have on Phil.
Okay. He's just talking out his ass to get a rise out of people, but what can you do? But yeah, man, way back in the day, 2021. Yes.
It's clear too that DSP purposefully got this guy, because I bet you there's some kind of beef probably between, well, I don't know this, but logic says there's probably some kind of beef between Triple P and this old co-host of his. That's why DSP got this guy. Because he's looking for allies again in his war against the casino, which he can never win.
The show called 5 Pounds of Gunt. It was me and PPP. It was on my channel. Only 5 pounds. It was supposed to be 10 pounds of Gunt, like the 10 pounds of gold NWA title, right? But I actually am retarded a little bit.
I think that. I think Ethan Ralph will.
The math wrong. I said 5, but it was 5 pounds of Gunt.
Yes, I can.
Ran for a good couple episodes. Ran for about a year. You know, we had a good time. It was fun. It was actually
not bad.
2020. We had a good year run of it. We went to, you know, that year's WrestleMania. We didn't go, but we covered that.
All right, I cranked it up, but I have to be careful because then people say that DSP is too loud and I'm too low, and they, you know.
Mania, you know, we covered some stuff afterwards. Eventually, though, like all great things, all great internet shows.
I thought it was the Cobra guy at first when he took the helmet off with that dude that like had a fight with a cigarette and lost. Remember that guy? I think it's Cobra.
Ended up in a blow up of drama where we just it was live on air. The final episode of 5 Pounds of Gun, which is on my channel right now.
So this show, to be clear, this was just
us having the big breakup.
What was this, a pre-recorded show that you just would upload after the fact? Was it live streamed? I'm just curious what the nature of the show was.
Live. It was a live show.
It was live streamed on YouTube. Oh, okay. That's cool. So you had an audience, and this all went down live in front of an actual audience. That's interesting. And so this...
It was about...
It wasn't pre-planned or anything, right? It just kind of happened out of nowhere.
Yeah, we had about...
Rage, Piggy.
No one was really watching. It was mostly because it was on my channel. I don't have a very popular channel. It is what it is. Although I will say, I've got some big hits on there. Some You Don't Mess With the Zohan reviews, 500,000 views. What can you do? It's a good video. But
this is Ashton's former
the final episode, which you can watch. If you go in the
former co-host on a different wrestling show.
Yeah. And what is the name of your channel on YouTube so everyone can find it if they want to check it out?
It's Gahul. It's Gahul. You might get the movie.
Do possessed folks.
Gahul, but you're looking for Gahul. Gahul like
trauma spooning partner. Yeah.
But you're looking for 5 Pounds of Gun season 2.
He's Triple P's ex-friend. Yeah.
About an hour in, we just fucking devolve and descend on each other.
He's a black hole that ruins everything, that sucks into his orbit. And you know what's funny?
All this centered around a contention point, which was...
What's really funny is that Ethan Ralph, who was convicted of revenge porn, a sex crime, you know, like... he is white knighting for this Lynx girl, and I don't even know if she's aware that he was convicted for the very same thing that just happened to her. So why is he like white knighting? And well, he wants to go after Keem and get some views, I guess.
Okay.
PPP's e-girlfriend, frankly, or
rather, hold on. I'm not in on all this lingo. E-girlfriend. Are you saying that it was a girlfriend that he had that was solely online and he didn't spend time with? Are you saying that it actually wasn't even a real girl? It was like an avatar? Like, what does e-girlfriend actually mean?
Phil's getting PPP sloppy seconds. Yeah.
He actually had multiple online girlfriends, multiple at the same time. He was the PPP, the pup of a pimp game, as he said.
5 pounds of gout. Yeah.
So this whole blow up shit happened. We stopped doing the show because I got
this is the show that we couldn't miss.
Snacks.
Yeah.
And if you want more in-depth details, I made like a 2-hour documentary about this on my channel as well. It's called Gunspiracy.
Even Cobra is above this.
Magnum opus, really.
This is PPP's former co-host on a different wrestling
this was
show.
A real person who went online by
Darkside Phil's getting
catfish,
Triple P sloppy seconds.
Person who existed.
A real woman who wanted to have e-sex with PPP.
Bottom of the barrel.
It's great for him. Yeah, if more power to him, frankly. I understand that. But reality is...
Go get him, MDD is a bitch. Tell him I said hello.
Research. I did a little digging because he kind of like, you know, sent her to try to embarrass me on my stream a couple of times. Sent her into my Discord to like make fun of me. You know, just being playful banner. But I'm
while you were doing the show.
Yes, yeah.
Right? This was
he says he doesn't do drama. He doesn't do drama streams.
Okay.
So I did some digging into this girl. Turns out this Snacks e-girl, who, by the way, he cheated on a previous Irish e-girl, who I don't know that person's name, but he had a
how do you
e-girl.
cheat? Wait. How do you cheat on an e-girl? It's not a real relationship. How could you be cheating? I don't even. What?
I know. Well,
yeah, he lives on the internet. He's an e-girl himself.
He dating this other girl at the same time, and they would, you know, take photos where he had them put their heads in the toilet. You know, he would send them foot pics and, you know, ask for high heel photos and stuff. You know, really not very fun stuff.
He's just trying to trash.
And you know, they would send
Ashton.
him, like,
yeah.
they would draw him porn of him with Cyndaquil.
So butthurt over here.
And that's actually,
they would do
someone actually posted online.
What?
He's like a broken girlfriend.
Yeah, they posted a photo of that online. That was on, if you go to Kill Kino Casino stream with me a couple of weeks ago, which, by the way, on that show, I promised I wouldn't talk about PPP again, but I mean, it's with Darkside Feldman. I can't It's the legend. It's the legend, Darkside Phil. How could I not?
Oh,
Take
why don't you
out
just
the-
lick his
For
balls,
the
dude?
record, okay,
Why
as
don't
you
you
guys
just
know,
lick his balls, bro?
Don't get involved with this any of this online drama stuff at all.
This is
okay?
slander.
But when Rahul contacted me several weeks ago, and he says,
He is
I
gonna
used to be the
fuck him
former
up.
co-host of a
Yeah, he's
wrestling show
gonna
with PPP.
PPP's
Our
ex-girlfriend
show also
streaming
got into
together.
drama. We also basically had gotten to a big online tiff, and it would be perfect for me to come on because I'm a big fan of wrestling, but also
Keno
I have all this
melted
history. I
Phil's
was like,
brain.
I've got to
Yes.
take advantage of this. I got to get this guy on to talk both. You know what I mean?
The brown nosing is
this
real.
guy is the real deal.
Yeah, why don't you
He
just
knows
blow
his
him,
stuff.
dude?
He's got the history.
Just
and I'm trying to
blow
get to the
him.
bottom of this because I've literally, just so you guys know, I have not spoken with him in any kind of detail whatsoever about any of the stuff we're about to talk about.
Yeah, so blame him
Like,
for the
I don't know
drama
anything about
when
it.
you say you don't
This
do
is
the
him coming to me
drama.
and be like, I'm the guy who was involved with him. I'm like, holy shit.
Yep.
This guy loves to go on his show. I'm talking about PPP going on Keno Casino, and he just likes to snipe and dump on everyone else on the internet, right?
That's his job,
He's the
you
one who's gonna be
dumbass.
the big guy who's going to talk shit, right? The king shit. Well, coming to find out, the king shit has a lot of skeletons in his closet that no one seems to talk about. And
king
now
shit,
people are
like,
coming
in the
out to
toilet.
talk about them.
He loves when the ladies put the heads in the toilets, folks. What can you say? That's what he likes.
What does that even mean? Heads in the so he would actually tell them to put their heads in a toilet and
Yeah, well, look, I'm not defending Triple P here, but different strokes for different folks. Some men like a woman to be very submissive and even humiliate themselves, like a dom sub, maybe. Boy, oh man, I just got an image of Triple P in a dominatrix outfit, like the leather mask with the zipper across the mouth and whips and chains, like beating women. Those are big words. Reminder, there's no drama. There's definitely no drama. This is based, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking PPP did that. That's based, man. If you can get a girl to do that, and look, what happens between consenting adults is happening between consenting adults. So maybe PPP likes to dom women, right? Now I am never gonna get the image of PPP in a dominatrix leather outfit with whips and chains beating a woman out of my brain. Yeah. Who is this mouth breather on Phil's show? This is basically PPP's ex show host for a different wrestling show. So Phil is going, he's trying to recruit enemies of the casino in his holy war against the casino. And yeah, I don't do no drama. I do positive content. Now for this big pre-WrestleMania stream, I'm going to have PPP's ex-boyfriend to dig up his skeletons, right? Oh man. Release the gimp. Yeah. I don't if I was Ashton, I wouldn't be embarrassed about anything we just heard. Like, whatever, man. Guys like different stuff. You know what? I never understand the foot fetish guys. Like, I had this friend, and he was like, I worked with him, and he used to show me, like, he would get all these girls to send him pictures of their feet. And I was like, dude, if that's what gets you off, good for you. But I think that's gross, right?
And send a picture?
Yes.
What?
That's what got him off, man. And listen, it's a bit gross, and obviously, we're joshing here a little bit, but no, that was a serious photo that they sent. But I mean, here's the deal. At the end of the day, what was going on? If he wants to do this with his e-girlfriend, it's whatever. But at the time,
it's consenting adults, dude.
I was a very much heavy no e-girl kind of guy. I'm like, e-girls are a really bad influence on you. I felt bad for my friends. Like, listen, man, I could tell. And we had some arguments back and forth. He talked me with his friend Goblin shit about my family, right?
I agree. Phil is gay.
In that sector of the world, it was fair game. But I got a little bit heated. I got mad. And I said, you know what? You want to talk shit about me?
JPEGs of sweaty men turned Phil on.
Man, so I'm going to make a video about you. About this e-girl. I said, I'm not gonna make a video about PvP, I'm gonna make a video about this e-girl. And he knew about this, and he's like, we knew this before this stream. We knew about this, I told him like months ago that I was gonna do this. And then on this 5 pounds of guns,
I'm betting
me like, oh, you're
fast
gonna
food
try and burn me
worker
with this stuff. It's like, well, listen, man, you're associating with this e-girl. And if it's one thing with a weird e-girl, but this shit was not good. And I'm gonna go into some detail here because what I'm about to say is like serious allegation shit. And I don't want to come up with no receipts because I do actually have multiple witnesses.
Wow.
Multiple like people who have come forward about this.
Oh, Phil's in his glory. He thinks he's got dirt on Triple P.
This e-girl Snacks, who, mind you, if you're a guy in PP's position, put yourself in this position, right? If an e-girl showed up and said, "I want to date you, man."
Yeah, dating e-girls is weird, but he wanted pictures of Andy.
Which I understand. But it wasn't that. He actually had multiple e-girl options. At least one. He chose this
Praise
e-girl over another
Uradia
one.
says you should have Broside Phil as a regular.
So hold on, because I want
Maybe I'll ask him to come back on. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. God bless you. Happy Easter. Big support. Thank you.
So PPP at this time, because we're talking, this is 2021. Okay, this is long before Kino Casino, correct?
You got to go back 4 years to dig up some dirt on Triple P.
Wrestling show
Come on, man. You could go on Kiwi Farms and get better shit than this.
This last episode was just after he got kicked out of his house with his friend, who used to live with his friend named Surfer. Now, I don't know if he's talked to you about Surfer. And
no, I know nothing about this. So he got kicked out of his own house. No, I don't know. No, I am a new.
I don't think Ashton's the suing type, but yeah.
With this stuff online. So he was a nobody, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
He
this
wasn't
guy is
any
just
big
mad
shit.
that
He didn't have a popular
he
show or anything.
anamorphed into a bowling
He had
ball.
a decent following on his show. He had, This Week in Nectar with him and Leo Pirate. He and Godwinson did tons of shows together. It wasn't like a big thing, but he was big in.
Yeah, he just. You're right, H. What up? Phil said he just. He moved on from drama. Here he is doing drama stream.
Previous to this, he had done a big drama with Dick Masterson, calling out New Project 2, and he did a bunch of other stuff with this guy named Chaggett, who was one of Baked Alaska's follower guys.
I'm kind of happy. We get a little bit of.
You're dropping
Triple
names.
P lore.
Isn't it funny? It seems like everyone who this guy associates with, he has a big falling out with, and ends up basically trying to dump on at a later date. You just named Ethan Ralph, you named Dick Masterson, you obviously, me, everyone who he does stuff with, there's some drama, and the next thing you know, he just takes it upon himself later on to like turn on this guy.
Oh, bullshit. No, they've had so many people on their show. He hasn't turned on everybody. He turned on the degenerates and the losers like you, Phil, and he should, right?
It just seems like a running pattern.
Yes, it is absolutely a running pattern. Well, the key one is his friend Surfer, who is not obviously friends with him before, but he was living in Surfer's house without paying rent, right? That's where he lived, was in Surfer's couch without paying rent, and Surfer was his best friend for years. They went to the same church together, they worked together. Surfer was like his real life friend, right?
Yep, he's a victim or bully when it's convenient.
Falling out where Surfer called the cops on him because PvP was like physically assaulting him, which
that's what he said. Yeah,
or
now he's
Surfer
changed.
or PvP involved with that because I wasn't there, but they had a real actual
altercation.
Classic cry bully.
Real friendship destroyed by internet bullshit, primarily because of how Surfer interacted with these e-girls. I think that's my speculation, and Surfer kind of confirmed it to me when I've spoken to him. That their main reason for the blow up was partially because Surfer was interrupting him on the streams because. Frankly, Surfer's a very entertaining person, and they had a great duo dichotomy with it, where they would banter back and forth. Where PPP talked more like, it's kind of like it's a good comparison. PPP was Michael Cole, and Surfer was like Jerry the King Lawler, where PPP was like the play-by-play, the talk normal stuff, and then Surfer would come in with the crazy shit every now.
That makes sense to me because PPP, when we rebooted Smart Guys, he was the one who started doing the actual. Here's the results, and he would read off the match and what happened, and then I would be like the color commentary on top of it. So
no,
yeah,
you just agreed with whatever Ashton said because you suck at this.
The actual details of the show, while the other guy's the personality.
He hasn't gotten any money yet.
Okay,
not yet. Nope.
So they had their big blowing up, and that was a couple months later than.
People were going to the chat and defending PPP, and they were timed out for 15 seconds.
I don't like Snacks. I'm friends with Surfer too, so I was kind of pissed that I kind of You can see both sides who instigated that.
Oh, I wouldn't want to make him angry. Don't make Triple P angry.
Right?
You won't like him when he's angry, Phil.
With this guy or anything.
Phil's fucked.
How is she interjecting herself into these relationships, like with Surfer, and why is there even involvement? You would think that if you had a relationship,
he's not getting any money tonight. No, nobody's supporting this
drama and everything. But it seems like that's the opposite. That somehow because he had this e-girl Snacks that it somehow permeated into
I
everything
think it's
else. That's kind of what I
transformative
don't get. Like,
enough,
how did
but I'm
everyone else get involved?
pretty
with it?
free speech guy.
When you spend 6 hours a day on a Discord call with these e-girls, you know, I mean, that's when what you're primarily doing.
PPP will roast Piggy.
You know, whatever the fuck you're
I
doing.
can't wait to
Like,
hear what
you
Ashton has to say
basically
about
hop
this
off the streams
shit.
and get on with these e-girls, from my understanding. And obviously he lives in
Armchair tough guy paid somebody $10 not to beat him up.
So it's kind of hard to exactly. There's no privacy there. Okay, I gotcha. That makes sense.
But,
okay.
You know,
He does
and
leave
all
the
this
house
to
more
say,
than
it's
Phil.
like,
Phil leaves the
when
house once a
you know,
week.
At first I was like, I shouldn't dog on this guy for having an e-girl. I disdain it because it's not a, you know, this specific e-girl was like, you know, it's just one of these like scummy like people who float around these like discords. You can just tell is like no good. Like literally, and I will say this.
Yep.
I talked to some of the people.
Phil has
before.
fallouts with everybody
I'll get
too.
into that later, but literally, we're talking like the Discord server by.
Whoa, big support. Barry Eats Mud Pies just became a YouTube channel member. And if you do that during a live stream, you get a big shout out and thank you. Big thanks and big shout out to Barry Eats Mud Pies. I love the profile pic too. You know I'm from Philly, and it
This
is
whole thing
always
blows
sunny
my
in
mind because,
Philly.
you know,
Thank
I'm
you,
43
Barry
years
Eats
old,
Mud
and
Pies.
when I was growing
Praise
up,
the cash.
the online stuff didn't even exist. You know, it was all in person, trying to meet people or whatever. And yes, obviously, I've met, you know, people online. My wife I met online.
Oh, I have done some of
and,
that.
yeah, but even then, like having a long distance relationship where you just talk on a chat or a server
Summer
all day,
camp vibes.
it's just not, to me, that's not like a real relationship. And so once I had basically been dating my wife for several months, I was like, I want her to move in with me. I want to start having a real relationship with this woman. I just don't get the whole thing. Sitting on a server talking for 6 hours straight all day. Just can't you just find someone who you can be with in person? Who's
Yeah, but some guys don't want a real girl in their life. I have a couple of friends who have what I guess you could call e-girls, like friends, you know, or e-girlfriends. And one of my friends is talking to this girl that's in, I think, Okinawa or Japan. Okinawa, I think. And they have a great relationship. They talk every night. You know, sometimes they literally have dinner together, but through Skype or whatever. And that's all he wants. Eventually, he's told me he's going to go visit her. But, you know, a lot of people start the relationship with the e-girl, and then eventually it turns into a more, you know, real world thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Elaine Walls is here. Got to make sure you get more King's Tax than Piggy. Thank you, Elaine Walls, for your kindness, your generosity, and your support of the show. Big support tonight. And I just want to mention we are at, let's see, we're at 17 of 50, almost halfway to the goal tonight, friends. Let's get there. Big support. My general rule when I do these Pig Roast shows, especially if Phil is streaming that day, is that I got to make more money than him. So we're on good track to do that. Fuck Phil.
Real in life relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just crazy to me. I don't know.
Says the guy who met both his girlfriend and his wife on the internet. He met both his only girls that fucked him on the internet. They're the only two in his life that ever let him smash.
Leave the house. You know, at the time he could barely get to the toilet. You know, and then when he was with Surfer. So
Okay, so maybe three. He
know,
met three women on the internet.
Handicapped through fat, right? He can't leave the house.
Half of them are dudes. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
And I mean,
I always say if I ever, if
get into the fat chicks, I'm obviously
if God forbid anything ever happens with me and my wife, I will not remarry or even have a girlfriend. You know, like I got the one for my life and I'm done. You know, like. I mean, I guess never say never, but I really don't believe that I would, you know, especially in this climate. Like, dude, I didn't have dating apps. I had a band. I didn't need dating apps. Who needs dating apps? I used to say, you're just one show away from your next girlfriend. You know, like if a girl would, I never got really upset if a girl broke up with me, like a girlfriend. I would just go, well, there's a show this weekend. I'm just one show away from my next girlfriend. I didn't need dating apps. I was in a rock band, dude. Eagle Eric says dating apps are a psyop. Yeah, sucks for young boys like us, Steve, says the vaping pig. I have much I have much sympathy for you people that have to deal with those dating apps, and like it's so impersonal. Like, oh, you swipe a certain way if you like the person, swipe the other way if you don't. How do you know from just a picture, you know? And it's kind of shallow because men, they're just looking for those hot girl pics on these apps, and they're not interested in a real. I always tell my single friends, they go like, "Oh, well, where should I go to meet women?" Like, go to art museums, go to like coffee houses where they have poetry reading. Go to shit that women like. There's going to be tons of women there, and you go up to them and you talk to them. Imagine that.
Well, but I mean, that's the actual reason, right? That's why you would do that.
Okay. I guess that makes sense then.
And
yeah.
But and there's no fucking. Frankly, I want to shame the guy for that. The shame comes from the choice in the e-girl.
Right? Oh, so he didn't like the specific e-girl.
This e-girl snacks.
Well, good for you, dude. Love 86. You smashed many chicks off dating apps. Is it a lot of one night stands that you get on there?
For the
I'm
record,
just curious.
I know nothing about what we're about to talk about. This is all first.
Never
time
been
for
on
me.
a dating app.
I have no idea.
Probably never will.
What any of this is. And for the record, because some people in chat are like, "What's going on right here?" It's
$62 for a haircut with a happy ending.
PPP right now is riding high, and the reason he's riding high is because he caught lightning in a bottle. All right, what it sounds to me like is he was someone who was a lolcow on the internet, and he knows it.
He's never been a lolcow.
He was in lolcow circles, the sector, and he was making content and all that. And at some point, he somehow stumbled upon the perfect formula. I want to do a show with someone else, formerly kind of from this group, and we're going to basically make fun of everyone else, and we're going to act like we're the high horses above everybody else.
That's what all those shows are, though.
Here's the truth about all of this, all right? Anyone who involves themselves in this kind of content and actively wraps themselves up in it on a daily basis is no better than anyone else. At any given day, you're going to fly too close to the sun.
Yeah,
something's going to come
a problem.
out, and then you're going to be the new jackass.
He caught lightning in a bottle for 5 years. He's been more successful than Phil.
To never ever get involved with this kind of shit. When everyone else tries to get Phil on their show for drama,
it's supposed to be a wrestling show. No wrestling yet.
I don't want to do that because I want to make meaningful, positive content for people on the internet. Okay, but this guy,
yeah, like you're doing right now,
him and his buddy over
PIGROAST is projecting,
actively tried to use me for 8+ months as a way to get a rise on their show, to get me involved in their content. And then when it wasn't convenient,
you asked for it, Phil. They didn't approach Phil. Phil approached them and begged. Phil, you broke, bald loser. You begged to be a part of the casino. They didn't ask you to be involved with their show. You begged them to be a part of their show. And, not for nothing, some people told me like, oh, the casino, they're just content farming you. Yeah, good. I have years of great content, and a lot of people haven't seen it. So it was like recycling some of my best bits and some of my best stories. I had a great time. It benefited me tremendously. And by the way, Phil, you loser, I didn't ask them to be on their show. They asked me. Or no, I think it was kind of mutual. Like a mutual viewer put us in touch. And I checked them out, and I was like, when at the time I was checking them out, they were doing the costumes every week. And as soon as I saw the costumes, I think Andy and PPP were like the Mad Hatter and the fucking cat, the Cheshire Cat. I was like, oh, I'm doing this. It's so much fun. Those guys were so much fun, right? But now Phil's going to complain because he begged them to be a part of the casino and it didn't work out
anymore because it wasn't working. They decided that they were going to turn on me and start being negative towards me, and that's when I had enough and I cut the cord. Now all of a sudden, Phil's the loser, Phil's the lolcow. No, motherfuckers,
you're the loser, dude.
You are. You always were.
The fact that they collect thousands of dollars every show and don't even ask for the money other than to say, let's get some subs. By the way, we get to check in with the Kick stream and the Kick viewers. I forgot to do that so far, and I apologize. For those unaware, we have a Kick channel now, and it is kick.com/Truth Seeker Show. And if you become a subscriber on Kick, or you buy some Kick subscriptions, gift them, we give you a big shout out and thank you. So thank you to Chief Fuji over in the Kick chat. And we also want to thank Can't Sin, who became a subscriber and Winter Soldier, who recently became a subscriber. But as far as gifted memberships tonight, we have one from Chief Fuji. So thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support, Chief Fuji. And all you Kick people, don't be shy. I will check back in with the live chat, give you some shout outs, and thank yous to anybody who gifts a sub on Kick. We're loving Kick so far because, for those unaware, imagine if you went from 4 paychecks a week of your normal weekly paycheck to 5. That extra Kick thing is like an extra every month. It's like getting an extra paycheck in the week, and I really appreciate your support.
But just because you found a way to get popular making fun of other lol cows doesn't mean that you're not the ultimate lol cows too. So when Gahul contacted me,
it goes both ways. I'm sure a lot of people don't like them. A lot of people make fun of them. Do you know how many people told me, like, oh, you're going to destroy, they're going to wreck you, they're going to use you up? And, you know, a lot of people said a lot of nasty shit. And I just went, I don't know, they're always nice to me. And every time I do their show, it benefits me and my show. And my audience almost doubled since talking to those guys. And by the way, it's not just about, for me, it wasn't just about getting a bump. I just had, right before I started hanging out with the Kino boys, I had another content creator who I won't name, but they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And they, you know, were very kind to me. And they said, you have to like hang out with people that are doing much better than you. That's how your show will grow. That's how your show will get more support, and you'll learn from the people that are doing better than you at this, you know, whole game. And they were right, because right after that I started hanging out with those guys, and my audience doubled, the support doubled, my money doubled. You know, what are we, what's the downside? So when people trash them to me, I always say, you know, you have a grudge, I don't. They were always very kind to me. People still warn me, oh, they might snake you too. Well, anything could happen, but like, I don't know. Steve, you got better results. I listened to your shows like nuts since I was on a show with you and Jeremy. Yeah, thank you, the Vaping Pig. I appreciate that. Mystery co-host looks bored and about to fall asleep. The Vaping Pig listens every day at work. And it's fun to make fun of them for it because they don't fly into an autismic fury like Phil. Yeah, PPP is a road truck. Phil is a road kill. He's not doing good. Blazing Mad says, I discovered your content through Casino. You were an amazing guest and your content is peak even when it's not on someone like Phil. You're an incredible creator. Thank you. I appreciate that. See, those kind of comments keep me going when I'm feeling like beat up. These backups, friends, for those unaware, I am currently backing up our entire YouTube channel because I have a backup, but I think it's a year and a half or even more old. And things the way they are with the censorship, and I've got friends who lost their whole channel. They just got, you know, 3 copyright strikes in a row or 3 community guideline strikes in a row. YouTube I'm a guest here. So I have to make sure that we preserve my legacy, right? So I've been downloading every goddamn video I've ever made. There's something like 16 or 1700 of them. I get very discouraged, but those good comments keep me motivated. So thank you.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Scumbag lolcow. And you made a good point. You fly too close to the sun. I will say this: the lolcow sector, and I've experienced this a lot, and especially nowadays with, like, it just always creeps up. You're on that fringe of the internet that's like so close to the outer fringes of what like the normal internet is, right?
The normal internet is boring to me so far. You know, I mean, not all of it, but I listen, since this whole getting involved with this sector, I guess I'm enjoying some of it. It's just some of the shit is ridiculous and funny, and you know, I don't know.
Really close to a not so good part of the internet that's very fucking bad. That's like illegal. That's like you are committing action, like scumbag crimes and shit. And it's really easy to cross over. Andy Warty's crossed over it a number of times. You know, we don't want to, you know, we all sweep it under the rug and pretend like it didn't happen, but Worski's actually committed like heinous shit in the past. And I don't know if
I guess this guy's never made a mistake in his life.
I don't want to
I don't know.
If he has, because I don't know if he has. And I don't think he has. I don't want to make an allegation. But he is, or he was, I'm not sure if he still is, I'm sorry if my connections is bad. I'm not sure if I'm
Yeah.
dipping or anything. If I'm okay.
This guy's dipping. This guy's internet is so shitty. It's choppy as hell. He's dipping in and out. His internet is run by a potato. Yeah.
It's fine. I've had worse on the show.
This guy can't even get his internet to work.
all good.
Great.
Yeah. Let me see if we can close out some stuff quick just to make this easier on all of us. But I will say,
So far, this guy has just been here. Holy shit, he played 37 minutes of music before they even started. I'm not going to fast forward it, but
the whole point of the story.
No wrestling so far, just trashing the Kino Casino boys. So it's pretty clear that DSP just got this guy on to trash the Kino boys. He doesn't. This guy is not a wrestling expert so far. Maybe he was before. I don't know.
About
this is a bitch move, Phil. You are a little bitter, angry, jealous little bitch, man. Let's just bring this guy on as a co-host so he could trash the Kino boys. And by the way, it's doing so great. He's got a whole 250 viewers.
The reason why I'm talking about, I made a whole documentary about this shit years ago, like after it happened, and he kind of just pushed it away. Kind of let it, like, just didn't acknowledge it. Said, who cares? This doesn't matter. I don't have to address what I did wrong. It's fine. Well,
they're seething about the Kino Casino and not talking about wrestling. Yeah.
So now I'm going to come on here and make you fucking look in the mirror and see what the fuck you do.
Capital J is here with one for the goal. Thank you, Capital J. I found you through them and love all your content. Good. I'm glad you found us. Thank you, Capital J.
And frankly,
and God bless the goal, friends, and God bless Capital J. Happy Easter, bro.
Excuse for the way he talked about your wife. There just isn't. It's not fucking okay.
I said outright to him,
Castillo,
you guys, by giving me a chance,
with one for the goal, says, "Are you a Christian? Happy Easter." Yes.
Me or whatever. You gave me.
I was raised Catholic. Now I'm a recovering Catholic, non-denominational Christian.
More support, more views. You guys can literally say whatever the fuck you want about me. I don't care. You can talk shit about my content, about my appearance, about anything I do. But I told him outright, do not be bringing up personal shit like my wife, my family. There's no reason. They're not in my content. They have nothing to do with anything.
Oh,
for a while, they respected that. But then slowly started noticing, oh, we're going to name drop. We're going to say an insult. We're going to do that. What it is they got to push that boundary. They got to feel like they're
PWR.
in charge.
Well, he makes better content than Phil, by far.
Whatever they want. Even though they knew it was
wrong. Yes, he's lying again, still gonna of course.
Right? So, there you go.
I don't have the chat open right now, so I know what people are saying, but, you know, it's fine. This needs to get said. All right. Now that I got your attention. So, this girl Snacks that PP chose to associate with, right, was a member of a group called the Order of Nine Angles, which is a Nazi Satanist group on Discord that would...
Oh, jeez.
Which is, you know, I mean, it's Discord Nazi's not that crazy. But Nazi Satanist group on Discord.
That's the perfect combo, right? I mean, you got to have a little of both to have the perfect.
You gotta have it both ways.
Ooh.
So the Order of Nine Angles is a Nazi.
This guy was raided by the FBI for suspicion of
did a lot of fucked up shit. You know, they would show like, you know, gore and
child stuff
and stuff like that.
When really, he was a moderator on 8chan. Wow.
Next girl. Not only was a member of the Order of Nine Angles.
Can we hit it?
Like I said,
yes. Yes, we can. I believe in you all.
Like, Discord groups. So like, there's this one guy, Dingo, who I've actually spoken to in person since this whole thing went down.
Chill Station 7 with one for the goal. You know, just put the wrestling talk in the bag, bro. Thank you, Chill Station 7. Big support tonight. God bless Chill Station 7 and all of you fine and generous supporters.
She was too, you know, fucked up mentally.
Metalhead Retro Gamer just became a YouTube channel member, and so he gets a big shout out and thank you. Thank you, Metalhead Retro Gamer. I love that user ID. Now, I love metal and I love retro gaming. You and I would be fast friends.
Like, I think he was either, I don't want to make shit up. So
thank you, Metalhead Retro Gamer. God bless you and welcome to being a Crazy Cash member.
So now we got a nice dose of pedophilia in here too. It's like, you know, just keep going, keep stacking it on.
And it wasn't even just like normal pedophilia. She would like, you know, she was like professing her love for Torba, like, I must have you, Torba, to this fucking like 16 or 15-year-old. And he's fucking admitted that she did this, by the way. There's like fucking, he's like gone on record saying that she definitely did this. I don't think he cares that she did it, but, you know. So this is
but that's something this girl did. That's not something that you can hold anybody else responsible for. She's responsible for that. Nobody else.
Heavily involved with Tor Swats.
He's
That's
projecting
just,
his own
that's
shit
probably that
onto
name rings a bell to some
PPP.
people in the
Yeah.
audience. So Tor Swats is the group that swatted Mr. Medicare. I think they even swatted PPP and Surfer.
So
Tons
now
of
we're
fucking
committing
internet
another. That's a crime too. On top of that, swatting is a crime, and you know.
I don't know if I don't want to slander say Snacks was committed swatting, but she was in like the same group of people. She
The same
definitely was
groups who were at least involved in doing it. Gotcha. How
with Tor.
at
That's
this
called guilt by association. And hey, let's guilt by association Triple P, because he was, you know, talking to this girl on the internet. That's
point,
crazy.
so we're talking. This is 2021. How old is this person?
Snacks or PPP?
Snacks.
Or Snacks. Shit. I think she was in her mid-20s. I don't have that. I don't have that right in front of me. But she's in her mid-20s. So,
This is just so crazy. You know, everyone gives me shit. Listen, when I was in my 20s, I was a troll. I said it to everyone publicly. I was an asshole. Okay, I was involved in the competitive.
Don't worry, Phil. You're still an asshole.
Street Fighter community. I was known as the biggest shit talker. I would literally say, I'm going to come fuck you up at the tournament. I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I look back on it now, and I regret it because I'm in my 40s.
Yeah, I don't like
I
that.
could have been so many more positive.
Just call him a Nazi if you don't like that person. Yeah.
You know, instead I look back like, wow, what an immature asshole I was, right? Now I guess the new thing is when you're in your 20s, you got to be involved with as many fringe, insanely socially reprehensible criminal circles as you can online.
You're right.
Spend all your time online.
I agree with you
chats,
100%.
doing fucked up stuff. Like, to me, it's just like crazy. It's like a culture shock to hear this because I'm so far removed from that. I'm not so far removed. Like, my parents are so far removed from it. They don't even know what shit on the internet is. Okay. They don't even get the internet. They're a different generation. I'm the generation that grew up with it, but I was never involved in any of this crazy shit.
Well, thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Deep Fryer is here with one for the goal. 8chan is crazy to me because I can't fathom how a site could come along that's worse than 4chan. Yeah, I just saw a documentary on 4chan and 8chan. I did not know the progression, you know. But is it 8chan the guy who came out against it later, the guy who created 8chan, I believe? But thank you, the Deep Fryer. I can't fathom how a site could come along that's worse than 4chan. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, that stuff. And of course, I really don't like either of those sites because those are the originator of the Qtard stuff. And, you know, for a long time, the Qtard stuff was huge and people were like, oh, you should be following Q. No, it's bullshit. It's stupid. But thank you, the Deep Fryer, for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. Much, much appreciated. Big ups. Happy Easter, and God bless you for your generosity. And we've got Kuda the Kid 07, and he ended up getting punked by Jaha. Not familiar with that, Cootie the Kid 07, but thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Yeah, 8chan was created by the crippled incel wizard. Yeah, the guy was crippled. He's in a wheelchair. He's got some rare genetic condition. I feel bad for him when I saw him on the documentary. 16chan incoming. Q-tardation was never meant to be taken seriously, says Crocmaster McGee's. But thank you, guys. Yeah, let's continue our journey of boring. I'm sorry this is so boring. Anybody, you know, maybe Triple P, like, push somebody in the mud when he was 5. Why don't we dig that up on him? Like, so far the argument is he was talking to some e-girl who may have done some stupid shit. That's not his problem.
Now I hear like the whole new generation. This is how everyone grew up. Everyone's online doing this online shit, crazy fringe shit. Like, oh my God, like it's a weird like second society online of people doing this stuff. E-girlfriend just blows my mind. Like she was an e-girlfriend to multiple people. Like
the Nazi
what?
Satanist pedophile e-girl that you cheat on your other girlfriend to keep dating. For all I know, actually, they're still dating. By the way, I don't know if they've broken up.
Oh God, you're years behind, dude. Cave Teeth is here with one for the goal. Phil, cried in the parking lot at a Street Fighter convention. He was scared an Asian competitor was going to beat him up. What an edgy troll he was. You're right, Cave Teeth. He's a pussy. Darkside Phil is a pussy. People are not happy in my live chat because they feel like Triple P is getting slandered. But don't worry, because Triple P is one of those guys that always wins. Like, I don't think he's going to... I kind of hope that Triple P gets fired up over this and angry, because he's funniest when he's pissed off and like yelling and screaming and ranting. I can't wait for the rant.
Heard they broke up. I've talked to a lot of people who were in PvP's inner circle, like Perspec.
Thank you, Cave
By the way,
Teeth.
shout out
God
to
bless you.
Perspec.
Happy
I'm sure he's
Easter.
fucking thrilled that I'm talking about him on your stream. He's probably gonna, come in his pants hearing that. No offense.
Well, here we get a little bit of a get a little bit of an education here. And thank you for that, because I'm not familiar with this. Kuda the Kid with another one for the goal says Jaha was also part of the FGC back in the day. He punked DSP in the parking lot, and DSP cried and said he was an alcoholic. Thank you for that, Kuda the Kid 07. Big support tonight. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. God bless you, and happy Easter, brother. Let's continue our journey of snore.
Fucking Brian Dunn. They never told me that they broke up, as far as I know. Maybe they did, but I mean, frankly, like this shit. When I heard it,
Why is this bald, fat? I was going to use the hard F. I won't. Why is this bald, fat homosexual so concerned with who Triple P is? What girls Triple P is talking to on the internet? Like, why is this a big deal, dude? It's not.
What the fuck, man? You gotta stop this shit. Like, this is not okay. But also shout out to SMG, so Mexican guy. Also, not only one of the PP inner circles, one of the OGs. But back in the day, you would think, man, once you knew about this shit, you would fucking like.
We're an hour in so far, even though we're behind their live stream. No wrestling yet.
Boxes and boxes of candy. I have the theory that she was like a death fetishist, that she would send him boxes and boxes of candy and cookies and shit to get him fatter and fatter.
Maybe.
Terrible artist.
Yeah, let's get some subs, some gifted memberships. We got to do the whole DSP beggar sampler. Let's get some PayPal pledges. Let's get some gifted memberships. Let's get some super chats, super stickers. Let's get some.
By the way, this was when he was doing this. He was at the
people buying me a coffee. Let's get some subs on Kick. Let's get some gifted memberships. Let's go.
Right, he's this moral high ground guy.
I've heard this before. Yeah, I heard a little bit about this. That apparently he actually grew up in a preacher
PPP
family.
ripped him in a live stream. He hasn't recovered.
To see where you ended up.
Yeah, he sounds like a jealous ex-girlfriend. You know.
Dax and stuff. Like he would go after these guys.
Almost halfway there. Let's see some more support. Yes.
I'm the morally upstanding one. I'm the morally.
Of course, I have more viewers than Phil right now. You can't just watch Phil vanilla. You need to have somebody shitting on him while you watch it. It's better. Chill Station 7 with 2. A ghost of our hippo character floats in front of the world. Words game over. Yeah, game over, fat boy, bald boy. Thank you, Chill Station 7. Big support tonight from everybody, including Chill Station 7.
Before Kino Casino started, right? So he basically just non-addressed it, didn't talk about it.
Jilton ex-friends obsessed with PPP.
Circle of E-boys, because
is the sleep stream over yet?
No offense against gay guys, but like he exclusively
Broken Hip is almost fully lobotomized from listening to Phil every day.
PvP capos guys. I don't want to go into that too much more, but so
PWR is beating me. Thanks. Great. It makes me feel great. Neo Phantom Gamer.
Moves on. Doesn't get addressed. Doesn't have to fucking
wasted.
Doesn't have to apologize. And can just move on. Of course, later on, with Warski, tried to defraud his audience by using like scam Russian payment sites. I'm not sure if you've heard about this.
No, again, I hear nothing.
Oh, more dirt on.
When I started getting involved with
PPP,
Casino,
come on.
All right, like the first week, I had people coming out of the woodwork who I don't know. People who actually hated me said, "No, you're doing the wrong thing."
He said people complain too much
Those
drama.
Guys are into some fucked up shit. They've got bad history, bad track record. That's the last people you want to associate with. But I'm the kind of guy that like, I don't care about what you did in your past. What I care about is like,
he doesn't care, but he's letting this guy trash a former friend.
I'm like, well, I know I'm not
he's
that
bitter
person
and
anymore.
angry.
So if
he's
change,
a loser.
I assume that other people can change too. But then it seems like with a lot of these people, history tends to
non-wrestle drama.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So.
No, he's done it with everyone. He's did it with, PP's done it with Godwinson. He did with fucking Perspic and Squire and Brian Dunn.
Phil stole Cat from her boyfriend.
His closest inner circle. He's turned
Cat,
betrayed. He hasn't betrayed Warski yet, but like, when he goes on the show with Worski, it's acting like this. Oh, it's a big deal, big time Andy Worski. Andy Worski before PvP was streaming to was like one of the lowest viewed, no one gives a shit streamers. Andy Worski coasted off of PvP success to make it big, basically.
Huh?
Right.
Ooh.
And they provide him with the equipment
Trash and
and the money to
Worski
make it
too.
happen. But like before fucking PvP, he was streaming with a guy like Kyler, doing Twisted Minds to like nobody. No one
He's
gives a
still
shit
doing
about
better
him.
than your show,
And
though.
frankly,
I bet you.
in a year or two, when the PvP
This
and
guy
Worski
was
have their big
PvP's
blow, which will
bottom.
inevitably happen, as we all know.
Suffer, bald, fat dude.
PvP is going to get dumped by Worski. Worski's going to move on to a new show or new co-host, and PvP will just become another of the long line of previous Andy Worski co-hosts up there with JF and Anal Vape. Right, that's the people. That's who he is. It's a nobody.
That's a lie.
And
Worski Live
frankly,
was big. Yeah, I believe
better than
that.
I thought he had a chance to make something better of himself.
Worski Live was one of the biggest shows on YouTube history.
And he is because
you fat
I
homo.
consider Casino to be his death sentence. He has moderate success online. I mean, if you compare him to actual live streamers, like real ones, it's fucking nothing. They get a couple thousand views. They get some money, whether it's botted or not. They have histories of botting in the past. And
see, I don't know that either. People tell me
More slander. Where's your receipt? You notice though, one thing this dude doesn't have? He's got no receipts for any of the shit that he's talking. If you're gonna shit talk somebody, bring the receipts, bro. Where's the receipts? Now we've got all kinds of allegations so far. No receipts. No receipts whatsoever. This guy has brought no receipts. And I love how he's like, oh, their show's not that big. Dude, they get thousands and thousands and thousands of live viewers on an alternate platform. They're not even on YouTube Live, and they're getting thousands and thousands of live viewers and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars every show.
After the fact, I hear all this shit so far after the fact. But yeah, I heard all kinds of stuff about that they've got botters, they've got people who go in there and throw them stuff, but they know it's going to happen, like it's pre-planned shit and everything.
There's a lot of allegations, Phil.
So I don't know. Yeah. Who knows? So people say that about me too. To be fair, people say that shit about me all the time too, and it's never been true.
Oh yeah, you never bought it. You never faked anything. This dude's got hundreds. Doesn't he have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and he can't crack 300 live viewers most nights?
So who knows? I mean, it's possible, but you know, you can't really take someone to task.
But
for that.
I think Phil bought subs.
Yeah, they have done botting. They just have. And you know, I mean, when they first got kicked out of YouTube, they started using like really sketchy payment sites, like ones that like Russian shit, where like they would steal your credit card number and stuff afterwards.
Jesus.
And they said, please use this power chat, whatever the fucking was called, to give us money, because they can't deal with being banned from they can't lose their money income for even a week. But the reality is, this is his fucking death sentence. He's achieved mild success, not enough to actually like lift him up to like be like set for life, but enough to keep him like comfortable and fat for like a couple years.
Oh, come on, man. I think those guys are kind of rich, both of them.
And
I mean, I could be wrong. I don't see their bank accounts, but they sure go on a lot of nice, expensive Caribbean vacations for being broke losers.
The Uber Eats ordering, the fucking nonstop, like no movement, no need to have activity, shoving his face full of food. He's going to be dead within a decade. Like the health problems he's gonna have, he's gonna be fucking dead. And it's because Andy Worski's making him do Casino. If he wasn't doing that, if he's actually starving out in the cold, he'd be forced to go get a fucking real job.
Oh, that's nice. This guy wants Triple P out starving in the cold. And by the way, everybody has hard times. And before the casino, I'm pretty sure that P had some hard times where he was not doing well financially. But he pulled himself out of that, and he's got one of the biggest shows on Kick right now. But this guy hopes that he's starving out in the cold. Nice guy.
People say
I don't even hope that Phil is starving out in the cold. As much of a scumbag as I think Phil is, I don't wish that on Phil.
About you, but to be fair, you actually spend 8 hours a day streaming, usually multiple days a week. He does.
Yeah, 8 hours of slop.
Frankly,
this is what I've said to people, because they say things like, "Well, we're upset because Kino Casino's not streaming today," and I say, "Well, the reason the Kino Casino doesn't have to work hard."
Oh, here we go. They're lazy.
When they turn on the stream, a bunch of morons throw them literally thousands of dollars the moment they turn the stream on. So now they're like, "Oh, now we don't have to work this week." You know what I mean? Like, people people were smart. Like, I want more of them. Let's make them
Troll with the comment of the night and one for the goal. Troll says that this is more than that bald boy is going to get for appearing on DSP's show. I don't think they've gotten one super chat, right? I don't think that Phil has gotten one super chat so far, and he's not splitting off the money. 8 hours a day for 16 years. Damn, that's sad. Yeah. And, where did it go? Thank you, Troll, for your kindness, generosity, and support. For those unaware, Troll is a longtime show supporter. He's been here for years, and I'm always glad to see him. Thank you, Troll, for being here. Very, very kind of you. Happy Easter, bro, and God bless you and yours. Let's continue with the snore fest here.
We open our wallets and dump everything on their heads. I work 8 hours. I work 5 days minimum.
This argument is so stupid. Just because you stream for 8 hours doesn't mean you should get more money. They actually prepare shows. They're funny. They've got like canned, bits, and they actually prepare each show. Phil's argument is I stream more in a week, so I should make more money than them. You're boring as shit, bro.
6 days, some weeks, 8+ hours of streaming a day, because I'm a normal guy who I realize that my viewers are not filthy rich, and I need to
You treat them like they are.
Money.
Didn't you just expect 3,500 in one show?
These guys literally just dump on people on their streams. How hard is that? Not very hard, I can tell you, because I've done it before.
Yeah, you suck at it, Phil.
It's really fucking easy, and people just open their wallets. So if you want more Kino Casino, don't shower them with money, because then they don't have to work anymore, and then they go on vacations and they take a million days off.
Oh yeah, God forbid they go on vacation.
And shower money on people like this online. They're not smart. They don't understand.
Blind daughters huffing cologne and feeling hot.
They're role playing something you want so that you will shower them with money, and then they run to the bank. I can outright tell you guys.
They can't be broke and be having thousands thrown at them.
Okay, I was right here talking to PPP after the show. And you want to know what he said to me? He said, Phil, our viewers and our fans
I agree.
are just wallets. They're not people. They don't act like they have feelings. They're not your friends.
Based.
The only thing that they're there for is to pay you.
Based.
You milk them in any way you can.
I don't believe Triple P said
throw
that.
them away and you replace them with others. That's it. That's how he sees his audience. And so
to the point that he's okay with them putting their card information on a site where they will literally fucking get,
yeah, he is out of touch with reality.
Cards defrauded and scammed.
Oh, there's one from Zeb Hill, one for the goal.
He received the payment.
He's literally begging people to stop donating to them. Sad.
As long as he makes making the drama slop content.
Why don't you get out of their wallet? Phil, you
it,
loser.
That's all he cares about.
Thank you, Zeb Hill. And happy holidays. Happy Easter. God bless you and yours. Thank you for your generosity and support. One for the goal. Thank you, Zeb Hill. Big support tonight from so many.
Surrounds himself with people who don't have his best interest at heart, who want to fucking basically make him dead. Removes even his closest friends. He took fucking Godwinson out, who he worshipped like a god. He worshipped Godwinson like a god when I knew him, right? And even he betrayed because, frankly,
you probably
wants
deserved
to get
it.
Fat and die young. And
I don't know the situation.
The more money people give to Kino Casino, the closer PPP gets to death. Because that's all it's going to do is
that's nice.
Food addiction and his inability to live up. Probably his alcohol fun too, because he gets drunk on shit all the time. And he's just going to fucking be dead in a couple years.
Wow.
And I'm fucking sick because I used to know this guy, and I'm not trying to be like a concern troll here, which is a very obvious thing.
Brutal. This guy is nasty,
but
man.
Genuinely. This guy will be fucking dead.
He wants P to
die. The more money you continue to give him,
nice.
the more likely it is he will be dead. So if you want to see the guy die, it's similar cases to like King Cobra JFS, where like if you give that guy money, he's just gonna spend it on booze and it's gonna get closer to killing him. It's the exact same thing with PPP.
I hate to say it, really. I think that's kind of the shtick at this point online. I really believe that. Like,
says the guy who faked his wife having cancer.
Because they want to see them do the action that's most harmful to them, and then they're actually getting some kind of. I think it's sick. to me, I think that's twisted.
This is sad and pathetic.
Like,
yeah.
if you're gonna watch someone online, watch because you legit like them.
Yeah, yeah.
Contribute because
This
you
guy's
actually wanna see their
complaining
success and make
because
themselves better.
P said that.
If you're
No,
actually
Phil sees
paying
his
someone and they're
viewers
getting
as wallets.
worse,
It's his money.
then
They're just holding it.
Isn't that the opposite? But I think there are people that is a sick fetish where
They
I
left
do,
Power
like you said,
Chat
the
when they
things
found out there was problems with the
death threats
site.
or whatever.
Yeah, because
Throw
they're
them the
based.
candy, throw them the stuff, so they'll want to see them get pushed over the edge. That's just, I mean, that's insane.
Maracos
Like,
Chihuahua with one for the goal. First rule is Snortex. Phil is a liar.
That's why
You're
I
right.
don't want to be a part
Phil is a liar.
any of this shit.
Praise the
online.
cash.
People now-
God bless
and we
you.
kinda see
Happy
with all these
Easter. Thank you for your generosity. One for the
don't wanna get
goal.
involved in these circles.
Marisco
These guys were trying to
Chihuahua.
push
My
me
wife
into
used to have
this.
Chihuahuas. I
You know what
hated
I'm
those
saying?
things.
And to be
Thank you,
fair,
though.
obviously, I'm on here talking about all this shit, so it is causing more drama. And obviously, there's something to reflect about that. But
Cootie
frankly,
the kid. This guy has a
I don't
gnarly
care.
lisp, and DSP
I
is
wanna
just
talk
giving
shit with this guy
PPP
'cause he
content
pissed
at the
me off,
point.
and he made fun of me and my family. And if you
Well,
want
there's
more
a lot there to
details,
make
I've
fun
got
of.
plenty of documented, videos that can go.
Yeah,
into
where's the
detail
receipts for all this shit you're
And I will say,
claiming?
all the claims I'm making, they're not fucking coming out of my ass.
Thank you, Cootie the
And I
Kid
actual
07.
people
God
these
bless
servers
you.
tell
And
me about
praise
this
the
and bring it all to
cash.
me.
And
Also,
another
fun
one
fact,
from
before
Maricos
we move on, 'cause
Chihuahua.
we should probably get to the wrestling now because we're about
Real life. This show is more like the real
And for the
ex-wives of
audience,
Kino
while they may be
PPP. Where is the
entertained,
wrestling?
whatever by this,
Yeah, you're
we
right. And
will
thank
talk
you for
about
another
wrestling. I
one,
love pro
Mario's
wrestling.
Chihuahua.
Yes,
God bless you. Happy Easter.
Because some people are shocked right now in chat and they're like, "What is going on?"
Old Nosy. The blob on the left is
This
calling out
is like
PPP on the scale.
1-2
Come
punch
on.
combo
Yeah,
because
this
Bro
is
actually
ridiculous.
is very much
Thank
into
you, Old
wrestling. We're
Nosy.
very
Big
excited to
support
talk about
tonight.
WrestleMania in a second.
Longtime show supporter,
I
Old
went to last
Nosy.
year's
Hearing the call, the
WrestleMania
goal.
40, which was
Let's get
fucking
some
awesome.
more.
Great show. I love that.
Thank
It was
you.
so good. It was
Praise
so,
the cash.
I've been to 3 WrestleManias, and that was my favorite live WrestleMania I've been to. It was so amazing. One of the best shows I've been to live. But
More than an hour in, the
I
first
will
mention
say,
of
before we
wrestling.
close out, fun little story.
This is
So,
a great
Torbo,
wrestling show.
The underage boy, right? We'll call him the young boy Torbo, the young innocent child Torbo. So Torbo was a huge piece.
Why does a man who never leaves
He
his
loved
house
PPP.
need a
He was one of
Hawaiian
his biggest
shirt?
fans. And he would talk nonstop about PPP to Snacks. And because that got so annoying to Snacks that she decided to leave Torba to go to date PPP instead. So it wasn't even like she did it in her past. Or whatever. It was like
Tony Panther says,
stop being a pedophile.
so this show is supposed to be about wrestling, or
it's like
yeah,
so you can
good
even say, well, it
point.
was
Thank
doing
you,
the
Tony
past, or maybe
Panther.
you didn't
Praise
know,
the
and maybe you
cash,
didn't tell
praise
him.
the
But,
cash.
like, he was in
Thank
the
God
circles.
Almighty.
He could have
And
easily
God
found
bless you,
out
Tony Panther,
about this
and
by
happy,
any
happy
fucking
Easter
background
to
on
you
that
and yours.
bitch
God bless
to
you for
find
your
out that
kindness.
Before she dated you, she was dating a child, an underage boy who she groomed on Discord. So,
but again,
Tony
these are the
Panther for a
people
sub.
who are sitting on
Woo!
a show every
Yeah,
week,
thank you too,
and they're the ones who
Metalhead
love to
Retro
talk
Gamer,
shit
for
like
becoming a
they're
member.
above everyone else. You know what I mean? Like they don't have anything to ever have. You know what the fuck? And why?
Yes,
would
this surprise guest that will make you poop your diaper peaked at 240 viewers.
Because I knew nothing about them whatsoever when I got involved with them, and then more and more as I
Yeah,
did more
they just went right back to
projects, I
PPP.
had more people
Talked about
tell me,
wrestling
"You
for
gotta
30
cut it out.
seconds.
You got to stop. You understand? This is going to be toxic. This is going to hurt you and your family long term. You're going to get wrapped up in shit you don't want to get wrapped up in." And I kept saying, "Don't worry. I got control of this. If they ever push me into something I don't want to do, they're going to know that. I'm not going to do it."
Phil's
And look
arms
what
are like
happened.
twigs.
The moment that they tried to basically snake me and get me involved with shit I didn't want to do, I said, "No, I'm done." And then immediately it's like,
Oh, I hope
scorched
he
earth
does.
against DSP. He's the worst guy on the planet. Let's have weeks of content about the guy. Well, what happened? You said it was good if I could, you know, I mean, he even said to me, if ever you feel like our association isn't working out, you can leave. It's all good. And then I did. And then he turns into like a jilted lover or like, you
Oh,
know, like I left
bullshit.
him at
You're the
altar or
jilted one,
something.
bro.
Or it's like,
You
what?
can tell he's pissed. You can tell he really wanted to be friends with you. You can tell he really wanted you to come to like hang out with him to go do the Hogan show, because I think he just wants to do that with someone, but he feels too embarrassed to just go by himself because he doesn't think, or he feels like maybe he physically can't do it by himself, or he wants to go you. And frankly, I hope he does find someone to go hang out with Hogan in Tampa with. That sounds awesome. He should go to that and stop fucking wasting his time.
Guys are
shit
talking about him
Madonna,
for
go make
over
some
an
real
hour.
fucking
Yeah.
friends, or make some fucking friends online. Host your show and do your shit. Talk shit about people, but like, frankly,
Yeah, he asked to
it
get
crosses
involved
the
with the
line when
drama
you start
people.
talking shit about your wife.
Exactly.
I understand.
Listen, I had every
you were rightfully
intention.
upset about.
I had every intention of being civil and friendly.
There you
with these
go,
guys
Phil.
for as
Cat is
long as
fat.
made
Fat
sense.
cat.
You know what I mean? Like I had no intention of turning against.
And by the way, God bless the hot thin wife that I still have.
Inevitable. Like
God bless the hot thin wives,
happen when we
right?
saw that
My
doing
wife's the
something with
same
DSP in a positive manner wasn't
weight
going to
now
make
as
money
when I
anymore.
met her, and she had
You
2
knew eventually
boys.
it was going to flip into let's get to the negative.
And the
because
second
that's
one
what I
was
said,
had a
and that's
huge
what
head,
everyone was
boy.
telling me.
My
And I
youngest
said to everyone,
son.
"Don't worry, I have control
He
of
had
it."
a melon
And then
head.
I pulled the plug when I needed to, but that's when they went crazy.
Old Nosy
So
with
that's
another
how
one
my
for the
career
goal
ended.
says fattest,
But
zestiest
to me,
dent.
so
Big
here's
support
the
from
thing
Old
that I
Nosy
think about.
tonight.
We're
Thank
talking
you and
about
God bless
the
you.
whole
Happy
Logan
Easter,
thing,
bro.
right? I think I agree with you. Like I think that PPP actually
Yeah,
does want
he
to
only
have
cared
better.
because people were
But
busting
for
his
some
balls
reason,
for letting
there's
it
something
go.
up here that just doesn't let him. And I don't know if
He
it's
treats friends like shit.
if it's a
He treats all his
deficiency.
fucking friends.
It could be depression too, because I'll tell you this from personal experience. Back when I was younger, I really suffered badly from depression. Okay, and I had friends.
Yeah.
Literally, I destroyed
Positive,
friendships in
meaningful
my life
content.
for no reason. It wasn't
Weird
like I
coping
don't like this
mechanism.
guy.
I agree.
I literally would just say, "Time to fuck this friendship up."
Match
And
by
then I would
match
act like
preview
an
of
asshole or
WrestleMania. They haven't
ghost
mentioned. They
someone
mentioned
completely.
WrestleMania
And
once
then
for
my
5
depression would
seconds.
make me feel worse. Like it was it was like an endless cycle. You feel depressed, so you do fucked up things that ruin your life, and then you feel more depressed, and it just feeds itself. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist.
I don't know.
But it was
I don't
wild
think
the
he
way
sounds
he was
depressed to me.
acting like he wanted to be my friend. I was trying to tell him, nah, dude, there's kind of boundaries. I'm not going that
He
far
was
because I got a
milking
life,
you,
I got a
you
wife, I've never
moron.
really been to that extent. And then when he goes too far and actually insults my wife, then he loses it. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he was angry because I said I wouldn't go hang out with him in Florida, and she was the reason. So that's why he's so angry at her and starts talking shit about her.
Yeah, Phil's looking for the super chats that aren't there.
But,
Call me
I mean,
Astro.
frankly, when you-
Loser, Phil. No money for you,
I
bitch.
mean, obviously he did with me, but like, you know, we were only like loosely friends, so I can't like bitch about it too much. But
Yeah,
I mean, look at, I've been like all the people he's been friends with, I kind of know.
Look at that.
Right?
Look at his
Besides
chat.
Kowalski, obviously,
There's
I
no
don't know
super
Kowalski. The only
chats.
guy I know
Not
that
one.
works
Oh,
with
I'm in
is friends,
top
old
chat.
Anal
Let's
Vape,
go to the live.
which frankly was his best co-host. Shout out to Anal Vape. He was a great horse.
He's got no super chats in his entire chat.
By the way, hold on. Super Bonchan, I accidentally banned you. That was a mistake. I don't know if he's there. I misclicked on the chat because he's a regular on Kick, and I wanted to let him know I didn't. that was a complete mistake. I apologize. I did unban him.
Yeah, don't ban the dents that give you money, loser.
We are so sorry.
Complete mistake. I went zoop. Got the wrong person. Okay.
But no, every friend group he's been a part of, he's burned or
So
destroyed.
far,
Neo
this is
Pirate.
just like two jilted lovers crying, right? Like, do you ever have that happen to you, men or women? Do you ever have two of your exes get together? Oh, shit, I have, right? Not good. These two sound like two jilted lovers, right? Tex Howley is here with one for the goal. Phil tried to use the casino as a cudgel to attack Review Tech, and it backfired on him. This above the drama narrative is rich. I agree. And thank you, Tex Howdy. Very kind and generous of you. One for the goal. I appreciate your kindness, generosity, and support. God bless you and yours, and happy Easter, bro. Big support tonight. Thank you, guys, all of you. And I'm just happy to look at Phil's chat and see not one super chat. Suffer, piggy. The Feltoning will continue.
Perspec, Godwinson, me, Surfer, even his real life friends. He's burned everything. And maybe he has new friends now, and great. I hope he sticks with it and does something with it. But it's impossible for him. He's got a destructive personality. He just like this.
You know, I just wanted to put on the record that some time ago, I burnt my entire friend group and just don't talk to many people from my past because too many of the people that were my close friends turned out to be backstabbing, clout chasing, spotlight addicted whores. You know, and at some point, sometimes you just have to move on from people. Doesn't mean you're a bad person or that you're destructive. Maybe the people in your life are assholes, and you have to get rid of them out of your life. You know, we're only hearing one side of the story. Thank you, Tex Howdy. Very kind of you. And Scope Seeker is here with one for the goal. Phil was super civil, leaking private DMs. Yeah, very good point. And thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Happy Easter, and God bless you and yours. Thank you. very big support tonight, friends. I haven't checked in with the goal. Let's check in with that. Where are we at? We're at 32 of 50. We're going to hit the overtime goal. I feel it in my bones. Praise the cash. Praise the cash, bitches. I should have set the goal higher. But don't worry. I'm a pull a Phil. And as soon as we hit one goal, I'm setting a new one. I learned it from watching you, Phil. I learned it by watching you, you beggar.
And you know what? And you could say we're talking shit about him and how, oh, we're so pathetic for talking shit about the guy. Frankly, you talk shit about Phil's wife, I think that gives Phil carte blanche to say whatever the fuck he wants back to you. He can be as mad,
ooh, big tough
as
guy,
angry as he wants, and rightfully fucking so, because you don't insult a man's fucking wife. It's not okay. It's not fucking okay. It's just simply not good, especially if you're even somewhat friendly with the guy. Especially someone who doesn't consider the wife, isn't online, doesn't post about her shit. I understand people talk shit about, like, you know, Ralph's wives in the past, right? And I've even done that myself in the past, but they've put themselves.
So you're a hypocrite, is what you're saying.
In line in the content. If Kat
was in his content multiple times, you asshole,
on stream with you every day,
and he blew her up like she was thin when he got her. What did he do? What did Phil do to her? Does he tie her up in the basement and just bring her bowls of gruel to make her that big? I don't know.
Right. And he was talking shit about her that way. That'd be a very different thing than talking shit about someone that doesn't even show up on camera. It's not fucking okay.
She's been on camera.
And I think you were perfectly within your right.
Phil's morals win at any cost.
Take a full fucking hour out of this show and just dump on the guy.
Life's too short to be wasting on fake friends. Yeah.
But that's basically all I got.
Yeah.
I more dirt. That's what I got.
Here's the truth. The truth is, this actually would have been more pertinent if it had been like a month ago.
Yeah.
After
he's harder on the camera than Phil, for fuck's sake. Yeah, this dude's pretty ugly.
Certain guests on and everything and scheduling. It was that didn't work.
Thank you. Zigga is here and says such positive and meaningful drama-free content right here. Happy Easter. God bless you and yours, Steve. And right back at you. Ditto to you, brother. I hope you have a great Easter and God bless you and your family. Thank you for your generosity. Big support.
I don't need those guys.
Oh, he doesn't need them. You didn't get one super chat. You've been on the air for hours, you loser. Go count mine, bitch. I know he will later. He'll be counting. He'll be pocket watching me. Let's give him more to count, friends.
You know what I mean?
Fuck
I don't even
Phil.
have a lot of people on the team. I'm still successful. Things are good right now for me. I just got made
You're right.
a partner yesterday, and now I'm getting paid to stream on Kick. So I don't care about those guys. I don't need to sit and talk about them constantly at all. You know they're going to talk about this. They're going to watch this hour on their show, and they're going to
hurt her self-esteem to the point where she's given up.
Yeah, well,
sad.
TSP is this, and Gahul is this, and they don't know. Who cares?
Phil doesn't care if she's fat because Phil's gay.
I'm done. I'm above it. I keep telling everyone.
Oh yeah, Phil's above it.
Their drama bullshit.
Oh sure he is.
When I was on their show and they're like, "Oh, let's talk about Ethan Ralph or whatever," I'd be bored. I'd be bored to fucking tears. Like, this is
because you're
stupid.
terrible
This
at
isn't
it.
interesting to anyone with 4 brain cells in their fucking head. It's only people.
Wrestling Ranter is here with one for the goal. You know what else isn't okay? Not defending your wife when someone insults her, but you're spineless, aren't you, Phil? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Pia and Worski never said anything about my wife, but my wife is never a part of my content. She barely knows what I do here, you know? But if they ever did, I would defend her immediately. Like, I wouldn't wait for the audience to tell me that I ought to stick up for my wife, you know? Like, wow. And there have been a couple of trolls went after my wife, like some genius found her on Facebook, you know, and was talking shit in my live chat. You know, immediately dealt with that. But thank you, Wrestling Ranter, for your kindness, generosity, and support. And one for the goal. God bless you and happy Easter, brother. And I hope you have a great one. Let's continue the snore fest here. All right, they're an hour and 20 minutes in. No wrestling yet. Just let's shit on Triple P because we're losers. And they haven't gotten paid a dime for this shit yet. I love it.
People who are so lifeless, so negative, nothing to talk about.
So negative. They just look at this guy's face. Oh, we got to screen capture that one. Let me get a timestamp here. We got to screen capture that one. And let me remove this. The Kino will flow tomorrow. I kind of hope not because I had a big show planned, Michael. But I think they'll wait till Monday. Those guys like their days off. Yeah. I couldn't imagine how sad that household is. Kat has no ambition because she lives with a guy who has lies and excuses for everything. Yeah. Are we going to see PPP's rebuttal of this? No, because he's not streaming right now. He's not due to stream until Monday, I believe. Yeah, forget smart guys. Let's call this broke guys. And I'm going to timestamp here at 2:24:07 so we could get that. We're going to get a screenshot of this loser. I'm going to capture it right now. Hold on. All right, I've got it. All right. Let's continue with this Norfest. An hour and 20 minutes in, no wrestling yet. Just shitting on PPP. As Phil says, people are so negative, and I'm above the drama as he's creating more of it.
Those are the people who want to focus on that shit on the internet. I got my own life, my own positive shit I have to work on. I don't have time to shit on others constantly because I'm too busy.
He doesn't have time to shit on others. He just spent an hour and 20 minutes of a show shitting on Triple P and Worski, and he hasn't made $1 yet, near as I can tell. Now, I could be wrong because the super chats might not, maybe he got some super chats earlier. He hasn't read a single super chat. No support for you, Phil.
Yeah, I will say this, Phil. So I do a lot of drama content, but it's not my exclusive stuff. I talk about video games and stuff too, and I run a movie discussion board. But I will say this: sometimes the drama drags you into it. Even if you don't want to talk about drama, sometimes people talk shit about you, and you can't just sit there and let them punch you in the face. You have to punch back. Right?
Oh, this is punching back.
Maybe you don't want to keep swinging. Maybe you don't want to keep fighting. Maybe you don't want to be a boxer. Right. But sometimes when someone punches you in the face, you have to fucking punch him back, and it's okay.
When the ice cream runs out and the store is closed.
I'm just gonna dunk on him quick, make him sting a little.
I'm above this, above talking about PPP and drama. One eternity later, yes.
Or makes up some fucking bullshit. And I'll say this: there's nothing.
I think Kino Casino will be live tomorrow night.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's a fact.
And I'll end it to say this. This will be my final.
Just two battered housewives.
All right. PPP can sit there.
Yes, my
on
pause
his pile
game.
of money that he gets from mentally deficient people.
Oh, says the guy who literally has mentally deficient dents funding his lifestyle.
But at the end of the day, he's going to be the sad guy sitting trying to talk to someone at 4 or 5 in the morning to get them to fly out to see Hulk Hogan with him at his bar because he's never going to have real friends and he's never going to have a real relationship and he's never going to have a real life for himself and he's never going to be happy if he continues that.
Let's go, hot young dudes. Yes.
It doesn't matter how rich you are or how popular you are, how many views you have on a stream. That's not a measure of success in life.
Yeah, right.
Maybe it's a measure of success in the
It is a measure of success.
But you are a
financial success is success, Phil.
And you're always going to be unless you change yourself.
He's calling people a lonely loser. The guy who never leaves his house.
You got to make that change.
His best friend was a fucking rabbit,
to a certain extent. And when I basically created boundaries,
Phil's gonna cry again.
Dude, let's enough of that. He lost his mind. Well,
yeah,
sorry,
what
dude.
projection?
I can't stop you from whatever's mentally deficient up here, but I'm positive I've got a lot.
How can you dress like a surfer in an evergreen state?
And it doesn't bother you. Good luck with your future endeavors. You got released from Smart Guys.
Yeah.
Phil streams are all measured by contributions. Such a hypocrite. I agree.
You released anal vape in the past. It's gonna be the same thing. You're gonna get dumped too. It's inevitable. You can't help. It's gonna happen. So, and frankly,
Phil, you can't even wash your dishes without a dishwasher. Phil is positive.
Well, that's it. Let's move on, right? Let's be positive now. Enough of this nonsense. Enough of this bullshit.
No one's buying the PPP has no friends coat.
Now left of the show to actually talk about pro wrestling.
Mr. Positivity. Yeah.
So thanks to everyone who got through that first
I
segment.
don't think he knows what positive means
we
either.
got a few shout outs to do, not a lot, because I knew there wouldn't be, because half the people here have no idea what the hell just happened, but it's all good, because now we can actually do a wrestling show, which is the purpose of the show. Yeah. We got a couple gifted subs. There was a no Kino entry. And
he got a whole $10 so far.
We each gifted a sub over on Kick, and I appreciate
$10 so far. He's 90 minutes in. No, he's more than that. He is. I'm going to skip ahead. Hold on. 29, 18. 2 gifted subs, and he's an hour and a half in. Wow. Are they going to start talking about wrestling? Because we're going to bow out.
Kino entry and the SJB97. We each gifted a sub over on Kick, and I appreciate that. It was actually no Kino entry did the first one, so I'm going to get him up there. on the leaderboard.
Or the loser board.
And we got a $5 tip here. Actually, this tip had come in early. I'm going to guess this is Slayer, because Slayer usually drops a tip right at the beginning of the show.
Wow, Phil's up to a whopping $15 so far.
And I'm absolutely correct. So Slayer says, can't wait for today's final mystery guest.
You know that Phil is going to fake the goal so he can open the gay wrestling cards and see the sweaty men that get his cock hard. You know that, right? Phil's going to fake $100, anonymous tip so that he can open the wrestling cards and look at the sweaty men that get his cock hard.
I cannot wait for WrestleMania and NXT Stand and Deliver this weekend. My friend is actually in Las Vegas currently for WrestleMania. He's already met guys like Randy
First
Orton,
segment,
McIntyre,
yeah,
Mark
90
Henry.
minutes of shitting on
WrestleMania weekend is so
PPP. PPP and Andy are besties. Yeah, so to say they have no friends, they got each other. Maybe that's enough.
For WrestleMania, geez, what was it? I don't even know. Was it like 19 or whatever? And
Old Nosy says he calls the Casino Bros the hard R, but look at the guy on the left. Get him, Old Nosy. Look at that guy. Praise the cash. Thank you, Old Nosy. Big support tonight. Happy Easter. God bless you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Big support tonight.
So I'm glad to hear
Phil's Dollar Tree rich. Yes.
At WrestleMania. So now, guys, we're gonna get
Slayer spends hundreds on Phil. Yeah, and he's literally, and so did PWR.
A shout out. Please be a little patient, because when you contribute to the show, I'm going to shout it out when we have like a break between we're talking about matches or whatever. The format tonight's a little different. Instead of going play by play through all of these shows that have gone down over the last
he is itching, and
we're going to go through each night.
He is fiending for a sweaty man. Gotcha.
Say, okay,
yes.
H,
what up?
Here's
Good
our
point.
thoughts on that match. What do we think will happen? Will it be a good one?
Phil is preparing for wrestling with lotion and tissues. Suffer. Well, he is one of the world's most influential masturbators. Cyclops.
So it's going to be interesting to see kind of that comparison and that contrasting.
Overtime at the glue factory. Jesus.
If we hit $100 to support on the stream, I will open one of the Topps Chrome.
He's not really getting $100.
Here, and I have 7 left, and these are the last 7 I will ever have. Because the price of these has
got a
gone
new
so
keyboard. Can you
exponentially
read
up,
my
it's ridiculous.
deadpan?
This pack
Good for
was
you.
$70 to buy, so I'm not going to continuously drop $70 for a few collectible cards.
Because you're broke,
I've
Phil.
got the setup ready to go. If we happen to hit $100, I can go right ahead and do that live on stream. And whoops, and then I'll hit the wrong button and we'll do the podcast intro apparently. But so
loser.
At a moment's notice here, and that's it. So I think it's time to start talking wrestling. What do you guys think? I hope so.
He's actively boring his mutant co-host.
50 as always. It would be great if we could hit that by the end of the night. All right. So first off,
I'm amazed too, Snake 452006. He had a complete nobody on just to try to play victim with the Kino Casino again. What happened to King Snake stuff, Phil? Yeah, all nonsense.
Relaunched Raw in the new Netflix era. Triple H fully in charge of everything. Do you think it's been good in general? Just what's your vibe?
$70 for that crap. Yeah.
So I would say, I thought WWE was on a really good streak. Actually, up almost until
PWR has eclipsed Phil in every way. You're right.
It's definitely not been perfect.
And the guy's illiterate and mentally challenged, and he's on psychiatric meds, and he's still doing better than Phil.
I'll say it's been a bad WrestleMania build. I think a lot of the matches on paper could be good, and historically, one thing you could say, because I've been to a couple WrestleManias, and 2 actually. I've been to 3. I've been to New Orleans, New York. And so that was 34, 35, and then...
All right, let's check. Are they really going to talk about wrestling? Because that's about as fun as watching paint dry.
The press they've done this week's been really bad.
Yeah, wrestling.
I don't want to give up his spot. He's like, I'm not going to let you take
wrestling,
over.
boring.
In Cena heel turn, and then he tapped out, and exciting. Last year...
For 90 minutes. He's up to $15. Wow, Phil. You're not large on streamer money, dude. Jesus, man. 90 minutes. He hasn't hit 15 bucks. And let's be clear, I've been there. Old Nosy, next DSP tricycle should be to get Fatty to eat a salad on camera. Oh, get him. I would super chat $5 to watch the fat dude eat a salad on stream. Yeah, that's a good idea. And thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Big support from many of you, including Old Nosy tonight. God bless you, Old Nosy. We appreciate you. Thanks for appreciating us. Tony Panther with another one for the goal. I can see why the show with this co-host and PPP failed. Yeah, as if it was PPP's fault. The only reason that people tuned in to this shit show is to watch PPP fuck with Darkside Phil. That's why I tuned in. That's why everybody tuned in. And thank you, Tony Panther, with another one for the goal. I appreciate your kindness, generosity, and support. Happy Easter. God bless you and yours. And we appreciate that. H What Up says, I was a wrestling fan when Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and Shawn Michaels, the best to ever do it. Having a wrestling show now seems 30 years too late for me. I haven't watched wrestling since like the Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant days, you know? Like that was my last hurrah, the Hulk Hogan Andre the Giant match at WrestleMania. Because right before that, they kind of announced that it was fake, and I was a kid. I wasn't interested anymore. But thank you, H What Up. And I once met Andre the Giant when I was a child, and I reached out to shake his hand. My dad told me to shake his hand, and what I remember is that my hand was like a thumb in his hand just devoured my little kid hand. It was bizarro. And my brother-in-law is actually a wrestler. I guess he's I don't know wrestling terminology. I think it's called a jobber. Like he's the guy that they hit in the head. My brother-in-law is the guy that they would hit in the head with a chair or, throw through a table. Like he was one of those guys like that just took the punishment. And so I got to meet a lot of old time wrestlers like Nikolai Volkov and Iron Sheik and some of those guys who are still at it, God bless him. Well, Nikolai Volkov passed on shortly after I met him. I got pictures with him and everything. And I was impressed with him because he was 70 years old at the time that I saw this match. And sure, they set up the match for him so that he could handle it. But and Nikolai Volkov became a good guy. Andre the Giant was such a kind and amazing person. Rest in peace. Yeah. Rest in peace, Andre the Giant, Gentle Giant. All right. So we're gonna bounce out of this. This is shit, man. I'll just say older than I look, dude. Love. All right, so let's see. I have here. We'll do this one instead, and I'll check in with the goal. Where are we at? We're at 37 of 50, but I'm not Darkside Phil, so I'm not going to hold out the good content just so you get the bonuses, we're gonna do the bonus content now, and hopefully we'll still hit the goal. Where are we at? I think I lost my I lost my own stream. 1 second. I monitor the stream so that I know what's going on. We'll check in with the live chat as well. Yeah, we've got hundreds of more viewers than Phil does for his stream. I don't understand. I don't understand the ratioing that takes place. But we'll take a moment to thank the Kick viewers for being in the Kick Live chat. Big shout out to all the Kick Live viewers. Nothing else to shout out over there. I will check in with the PayPal pledgers. For those unaware, that's a great way to support the show. Because unlike Phil, I'm not a crackhead. I don't need the PayPal instead of everything else. I can wait. Not a big paycheck to paycheck guy. But we read every single PayPal pledge. We thank everybody. We want to thank Maria for a kind and generous $50 PayPal pledge, who says, I would like you to return to covering more UFO content like Dr. Stephen Greer on Jesse Michaels. Well, ask and you shall receive. We've got, I'm going to cover that stream that Jesse Michaels did with Dr. Stephen Greer, whatever, very, very soon. But thank you, Maria, for your kindness, your generosity, and your support of the show. It is much, much appreciated. And Maria is the MVP of PayPal pledgers, right? Steve is more lovable than DS Gay, says Moth Loves Detracting. 85 viewers now, right now, so entertaining. Oh man, it's something. It is something. Yeah, I would be snarky in his live chat, but I'm banned from both of his kick and his chat. And I don't think you're allowed to say True Seekers in his. He's like got that True Seekers, PWR, a lot of things banned. Thank you, Indigo Horizon. So this is about Darkside, one of Darkside Phil's greatest scams, right? Actually, you know what? We're gonna take a short break. Somebody mentioned PWR is drinking with his audience, and he doesn't charge them, or it's not like, oh, I've got to hit the goal, right? Oh no, I'm not gonna start drinking. It's not. It's I got to save the drunk time for the backups later. So we will go to do some of this. This is something else. This is one of Darkside Phil's. We're doing a little Darkside Phil archaeology. This is some of Darkside Phil's scammiest shit. And I'm looking at Phil's live chat. I still don't see one super chat. So here's the good news. The good news is he's going to pick Ethan Ralph as the full-time host, because when Ethan Ralph was on, a lot of people donated because they want him to pick Ethan Ralph, so Ethan Ralph destroys his, not only his show and his YouTube channel, but the rest of his life, Ralph's gonna wreck that dude. So this is from a YouTube channel. We just want to give him a shout out, Playing With Your Beliefs, who did this whole sort of documentary about the Twitch controversy. And I think this is Darkside Phil's greatest scam, where he told everybody that he was destitute and couldn't pay his bills and all this, and he needed the money for taxes and to pay his mortgage and to pay his bills, or he was going to be homeless. And then he collected thousands of dollars and apparently spent it on the wrestling game. Loser that he is.
Unless one of you tries to kill me first. Having said that, you probably won't believe me anyway.
DSP Classic
Oh,
begging.
look at that. There's some kind of a glitch.
It's a lot like current begging, right?
Only Iced Coffee just realized there's a glitch on Twitch. Everyone's subscriber crowns turned bronze for no reason.
Oh, this is what he lost his Twitch.
What the hell?
He lost his Twitch affiliate.
That's weird. Yeah. The crowns glitched out. Huh.
Imagine you're making your audience pay for your vices. Yeah, that's shitty.
That's definitely a glitch.
It's definitely shitty what he does.
Everyone's crowns just turned into the base crown. There must be a glitch with the what do you call them?
What do you call them?
There must be a glitch with
It's no glitch.
The levels of sub crowns.
No, you lost your Twitch affiliate,
Right?
loser. And didn't he lose that for the N-bombs? He dropped the N-bomb, and he said it was
Apparently,
an accident or something?
Something just happened very bad, is what happened.
Yeah.
Guys.
Oh, no.
I don't know what the hell this is.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Apparently something very, very bad just happened. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It literally just happened this moment.
Check your email, loser. You lost your shit. He's checking it now. Like, oh no, the Twitch money's gone.
The subs are going away permanently.
Yeah.
Apparently, they kicked me out of the partnership program, and I don't know
Oh,
why.
suffer, Phil. They kicked you out, you loser.
Yeah, this looks legit. This looks.
God
legit.
help Phil if he lets Ralph into his life. Yeah, it's not gonna go good for him.
I
He
have
thinks
no idea
Keno
why.
Boys
I have
gave him a
I'm not
spanking.
being given any information at all.
Drink
Yeah.
off. I'm all for that. Yeah.
So I
It
guess
was
they
the
didn't ban me
anti-Semitic
from
stuff he said.
Twitch, but apparently I'm being kicked out of the partnership program with no explanation.
Because you're
That's
a
what it
loser.
looks like.
Because you're a loser. Yeah, it was the Nazi stuff.
Yeah. I just got an email from Partnership Removals. Notice of indefinite suspension and termination for Darkside Phil. Pursuant to the content license agreement dated that I guess I signed in late 2016. and between you and Twitch Interactive, in respect to your Twitch account, Darkside Phil, we're terminating your partnership agreement effective immediately, pursuant to the terms contained within, but there's no terms in the email.
Loser.
And it shows as partnership removals at twitch.tv. Yeah.
Oh, Phil's coping. Oh, he lost his Twitch partnership.
I don't know. I have no idea what's going on.
What's going on is you said stupid shit.
It has to be a troll
You won
email.
stupid
Someone's
prizes.
fucking with me. I doubt it.
You loser.
Because how is it that I just got this email at 128 and now you guys are noticing that all the sub crowns are changing?
All the subs are gone.
On April 21st, 2021, during a gameplay stream, Phil's channel lost all the subs and customs crowns it had achieved, cheering and subbing was disabled, and Phil received an email stating that his partnership with Twitch had been terminated.
No, I don't
Later,
believe that
according
either.
to Phil, when he inquired as to why his partnership was terminated, he was greeted with a generic identity verification email from Twitch, and after he responded with the applicable info, Twitch went silent. As a result, Phil declared that he had done nothing wrong,
Of
and
course,
couldn't explain
he
why
did
was
everything
so
right.
partnered. To an outsider, this may sound ludicrous, as the termination of a financial partnership without any explanation sounds implausible. However, there
You're
has
right.
been
There
precedent
was some
for such behavior
exclusivity
from Twitch,
agreement
most notably
or
back
problem.
on June 26, 2020, when Dr. Disrespect, a much more popular and profitable streamer than Phil, had his partnership removed and was entirely banned from Twitch for, quote, violation of our community guidelines or terms of service. As of the writing of this video in May 2021, Dr. Disrespect claims he still doesn't know why Twitch decided to suddenly ban him. Still, seeing as Phil was a partner streamer of Twitch, meaning he was basically making Twitch money, doesn't really make business sense on Twitch's part to cancel the deal without warning, especially if Phil did nothing wrong. As a result, speculation quickly
I'd like to
started
think
as
they
to
just
what
did it because
may
he's
have
so
actually
boring.
happened.
Yeah, let's get this guy off our
While there were a
platform.
number
He
of theories
sucks.
as to why the
H1
partnership
up.
was canceled, only a few gained some traction.
Yeah, I don't like that
The
disrespect.
first one
He
was that
looks
Phil
like a creeper
violated
to me,
the
dude.
exclusivity agreement in his partnership contract. While Phil's actual partnership contract is unavailable, people have pointed out this clause in the Twitch affiliate program, which states that all content created is to be exclusive to Twitch for 24 hours starting from when the stream ends. Phil,
Yeah, so
at
there
the
you
start
go.
of his streaming career on Twitch, would routinely remove the streams from the history of his Twitch
Yeah. Oh, so he used to. Oh, I lost my place here.
game he was currently.
So what he was doing is he would remove the VOD from Twitch and upload it to YouTube almost as soon as he was done with each stream. And they're supposed to be exclusive on Twitch for 24 hours before you put them on any other platform. So basically, he's a moron, and he did it to himself.
Playing.
What? By the way, the hilarious part was the idiot actually had his picture as his avatar here on Twitch. He's an overweight, disgusting looking guy with a blue dyed beard. He's a complete fucking idiot.
And you're a fat shaming loser. It doesn't matter if you're fat. You're still a loser. Like, who cares if somebody's fat? Some people can't do anything.
If you're gonna
about
be
it.
an
It's
idiot
genetics.
in someone's stream chat, at least don't show what you look like in real life, especially if you look like a complete moron. Like, hide that from the internet, so we can't also make fun of you afterward.
Yeah, this is being abusive to your audience. I would ban him if I was Twitch, just for that.
All right.
Yeah, he made fun of another Twitch streamer's appearance. He's gonna quit this game just like 90% of the rest of his games. Yeah. He quits all of them.
Also, Phil recently lost his Twitch partner
wait a
manager,
second.
meaning that
What
he
is
had
going
no
on?
intermediary between him and Twitch
Oh,
anymore.
wrong
Some
thing.
speculate that the manager had been protecting him for years, but of course there's no definitive proof of this. Lastly, some have brought up the
Yeah,
fact
I think it's kind of still a mystery why. There's a lot of reasons why he probably got banned from Twitch.
that Phil for years has participated in what is referred to as e-begging, where he was constantly trying to persuade his audience to donate to him, to help him pay his bills, and to help him keep streaming on Twitch.
E-beggar.
I'm gonna do this or that or whatever, right? But they get labeled as e-beggars. And I'm gonna tell you why they get labeled as e-beggars. Because people like DSP Gaming, If you've never seen a DSP gaming stream before, this guy is constantly begging for money. This guy's like, hey man, you know what? I got to pay my bills. You know, I've got all these bills and I've got so much debt and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, he makes it his fans' responsibility to pay his bills. What the fuck, dude? Like, I don't understand why it is your fans' responsibility to pay your bills. Why can't you be a mature fucking adult? I don't understand that. You know, he's always begging people to give him bits because, like, I need more bits. You got to give me more bits because if I don't get more bits, then I'm not going to be able to pay my fucking bills. And we got this Patreon goal, and we have to meet the Patreon goal because if we don't meet the fucking Patreon goal, then I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. And you gotta give me PayPal donations because the thing about bits is I don't get the bits right away, or I don't get the subs right away. So if you don't give me PayPal donations, I can't get the money right away, and then I won't be able to pay my fucking bills. Dude.
They banned him for being a chump.
It is not your fans' responsibility to pay your fucking bills.
While I was writing the script for this video, Twitch actually did respond to Phil's inquiry.
You're right.
As to
They
why
probably
this
had to
partnership
deal
was
with him a
terminated.
lot.
However, it is not relevant to the narrative here and will be discussed in the epilogue of this video. In response to losing the partnership, Phil was left with two options. Either
It's not
continue
begging,
streaming
it's
on Twitch in the
advertisement.
hopes that Twitch would ban him and or possibly reinstate his partnership,
Begging
or
is
start
the
broadcasting
content.
on YouTube
Gaming
and enable
is the
Super Chat,
interruption.
which is basically the YouTube equivalent to the Twitch cheering and subscribing functionality. Phil decided to stay on Twitch, as jumping to YouTube would likely result in losing some of his fans and supporters that didn't want to make the jump. Not to mention that any income made off Super Chat would not be available to him.
I'm fine with tipping good content
Since
creators.
Phil
I
could not
do it
monetize
myself.
his streams via cheers or subs
I contribute
anymore,
to a bunch of
he instead
different
doubled
streamers
his
that I
previous
like.
individual stream tips goals from $100 to $200, or from $200 to $400 a day. Calculated out before taxes and fees, that equates to approximately $2,400
He's making $125K a year.
$10,028 a month,
Must
or
be nice.
$125,136 a year. After receiving some backlash from his fans about this, Phil stated that he wasn't asking anyone to give any more money than usual, but rather the people who used to give him money via Twitch to instead do it via donation.
That's my take on it anyway.
Oh, that's a weird one.
The Zuko is to me $3. I think you should move to YouTube regardless. Your income is fragile because it's being based on tips every day, and it seems unrealistic to reach on a consistent basis. It's a bit much to ask from viewers. Okay, now here's the thing, Nezuko. I want you to understand something, all right? At face value, if I were a brand spanking new streamer with a brand spanking new viewer base, and all of a sudden I came out of nowhere and I said, hey guys, I'm trying to raise $200 a stream. People would rightfully have the ability to go, what the hell? That guy's crazy. I've been doing this for many years. I was making about that between
this is the justification.
tips, subs, and cheers pretty much almost every stream. Not every stream. Admittedly, there were slower streams. But I was already making that. I keep telling you this, guys. All right? I'm not asking for anything additional. This is not, oh, Phil lost his partnership, so now we need people to give more. No. This is, Phil lost his partnership, so instead of doing the sub or the cheer you were already doing, give a tip or a patron pledge instead.
Listen to him trying to justify his
I have not
goal.
increased anything. That goal is based on what I was already making. That's not, oh, here's extra on top of it. But the thing is, people are spinning it that way because they're negative dickheads. They want to do it. They want to make me look bad. Oh, you see, Phil's just asking for more now. He's putting on the fans. No, that's what I was already making.
Asking for more, you loser.
So yes, I can tell you right now, it's incredibly reasonable that I can make that because I've done it for over a year. I was, about a year and a half. That was about.
He needs that money.
Kind of making on the streams. All right, so that's the deal.
Phil has also suggested that people donate to his Patreon, which allows fans to directly support various creators via monthly donation. While Phil has had a Patreon since 2015, it was essentially abandoned years ago when he became a full-time streamer.
Yeah, he didn't bank any money when he was making
$100K
a year.
On cheering and sub counts. He also has
spent every dollar he made and then some.
Since pushing people
and he spent money on credit cards that he didn't even have that money. He spent all the money he collected and more.
Appealing to people. This essentially left verified account PayPal tipping as the main source of revenue for Phil, which he pushed to a great degree during his streams. This led people to voice privacy concerns, as given the recent PW Dubs incident, people were less than willing to possibly expose their information to Phil. When one of his former larger contributors expressed his concerns about this, he was publicly shamed by Phil for not wanting to go to PayPal, and ended up getting banned by Phil
Phil
for
bans the
constantly
guy
questioning it.
for bringing it up.
Okay.
Major Riot gets banned for bringing that up.
Yeah, Major Riot, I really don't know what to tell you. If you're that, like if you're actually that paranoid and afraid of PayPal, you should probably seek help. I mean it. If you think that you putting your personal information into PayPal to send a tip to someone completely is going to give away all your personal information and basically ruin your life, I think you need help. I'm just being honest here. I'm just being very honest here. If that's really what you believe, if you're that much of conspiracy theories and shit, I don't think you're above help. I mean, what else can you do? I don't know what to tell you, dude. I don't know how many times I can tell you. How does it make logical sense that you feel PayPal will give away your personal information when they can be sued into oblivion if they did that? PayPal would overnight go out of business. They would lose lawsuit after lawsuit if people's personal information was divulged by PayPal. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about or why you would believe that. I'm just being honest. Seriously, I don't know what the hell's going through your mind. Get banned to me $1.30 and said... He's just trying to pretend he's Major Riot. He says, I bet you'd like me to double stuff your pasta shapes, wink wink. Basically, he's trying to say this is the silly stuff that Major Riot used to say. Actually, no, listen. I appreciated Major Riot's silly meme that he did with Fresh Air Boyardee. I actually thought it was funny. But I also think it's absolutely ridiculous. The guy is actually so paranoid about PayPal. Like, oh my God, if I use PayPal, I'm going to get doxxed. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, everybody but him.
Yes,
is
a major
mentally
corporation
deficient.
that could be sued for ridiculous amounts of money is going to dox you. I just don't understand it. It's like I said, when you use PayPal, the only information that gets given away is the information you want to be given away. The email address you link to that PayPal, whatever name you put on the PayPal account, you choose that. Like, all of this is like so, it's commonplace. Everyone knows this commonplace info. It's not a big deal. I don't know why people are believing this conspiracy theory shit. Alright. Major Right, goodbye. I've had enough of you. I'm seriously had enough of your shit. Get him out of here. I'm tired of it. I'm trying to play a game and you're fucking talking shit again. I'm enough of this shit. Get the fuck out. I can't concentrate on a fucking game with an idiot fucking talking nonsense in my chat. I can't do it.
He thought the rainy day fund was literal. Yes.
Fucking conspiracy theorists and nut jobs. I had enough of you.
Still, Phil has been basically unable to calm privacy concerns about tipping him, going so far as to tell people to make a burner account exclusively for tipping him, or to make sure that their email address has no identifiable info in it, and to hide all their other info in their PayPal account.
He hates it when the devs push back
on his fans to protect themselves.
He does.
Him.
You're right.
On May 8th, 2021, Phil announced he would be doing a marathon stream of Mass Effect Legendary Edition on the PS5, a remake of the game released in 2007 that DSP had done 2 playthroughs of already.
Sits in his room instead of on a street corner, raking in more money for less effort. At least bum walks around. Yeah.
Twitch funds which he thought he may not be getting.
Positive and meaningful content.
To Twitch about whether or not he would be paid the money he earned before his partnership was terminated, and that they did not respond to his request, and was telling him to reach out to Twitch's legal department about such matters. Additionally, Phil would get paid around the 15th of each month, and noted that Twitch never paid out on Saturdays, which is what May 15th fell on. Still, to many people, things weren't adding up. Phil had already adjusted his daily tip goals to compensate for his lost income source of Twitch, and while he was still averaging, if not exceeding his daily goals on average, he was still insisting that he needed the tips to pay for his bills. This then leads to the big question,
audio issues.
What does Phil need money for?
My headphones are literally dying as we
To
speak.
give some added context, without getting too specific, Phil lives in a gated community near Seattle, Washington, with his wife Kat and their pet cat Jasper. Kat works part-time at a grocery store, while Phil works in his office, which is inside of his own home. While Phil obviously has some standard business overhead charges such as utilities, internet mortgage, and other amenities, as well as a monthly payment to the IRS to pay back tax penalties levied on him for failing to file his taxes properly for a number of years. From an outsider's perspective, it was near impossible to figure out what in Phil's life could be causing such a huge financial burden that $10,420
I think we know.
Wouldn't be enough
I
to
think
cover
we know what the
everything.
financial
For
burden
years,
is,
Phil
friends.
did seem to have a valid excuse, as years of bad financial decisions put him in such severe debt that in mid-2020, he was granted a Chapter 7 bankruptcy.
Begging bum
meaning
living
the
in a
vast
gated
majority of the
community
debt was
is
wiped
crazy.
clean at the cost to his credit. He also stopped paying the mortgage on the condo he owns in Connecticut that he was unable to sell before moving to Washington. And this is in the process
crashing
of
out on stream.
foreclosure, with
He's
Phil
a
refusing
bum.
to attend any of the legal proceedings involved with it. So what could Phil need all this money for? Well, to quote a famous wrestler's entrance theme,
All right. I think that we're going to call it here. Let's see. Oh, no, this is the begging portion. Oh. Let's cut to the begging.
Game that plays like Candy Crush. It's basically just moving gems around and breaking colored gems, all right? I only play 2 mobile games anymore. They are Marvel Future Fight and WWE Champions. WWE Champions is a game that plays a lot like Candy Crush, of all games. Or what's the other one? Bejeweled.
So he's basically wasted $40,000 on a Candy Crush wrestling clone.
With wrestlers, and honestly, the game cheats and is not very good, but I just play it because it has wrestlers in it.
Fast forward to January 2020, and Kiwi Farms user did some research and found that Phil was still playing WWE Champion.
He spent $40,000 on a children's wrestling game. No wonder he's got to beg so much. Dude, just stop playing that game. You could cut your begging in half.
Despite supposedly recently swearing off of mobile games, based on his ranking and other player data, it was determined that Phil had spent at least $40,000 so far in the game. Keep in mind, this was all during the time that DSP was claiming that he was in massive debt due to his bills and taxes, and had already started his bankruptcy preparations, although nowhere in his bankruptcy filings did
a lot more than 40K. Yeah, this is years
old.
old.
You may be asking yourself, how could someone spend $40,000 on a Bejeweled clone game when there's literally hundreds of them available for free on the App Store? That's because WWE Champions isn't just a Bejeweled clone with WWE characters, it's also a gacha game. What is a gacha game, you ask? Well, I think this video from Evil Jagan can explain it best. It is 2.5 minutes long though, so if you already know what a gacha game is and want to skip past this, you can fast forward to the timestamp listed now on the video.
So what is a gacha game? Well, gacha is a shorter version of the word gachapon, which is an onomatopoeia of the vending machine that dispenses plastic toys. These are really popular in Japan, but a similar concept can be seen worldwide. For example, let's take a look at a gumball machine. These things are everywhere. You take your coin currency, which in America would be 1/4.
All right, we're all familiar with the
and you insert your coin
WWE stuff, so let's...
Fighter Cookbook coming out. Soon, Phil's chat started erupting with requests for him to bring back DSP Tries It and or Cooking with the King, which were 2 shows that Phil used to do on his YouTube channel. On the surface, this sounds like at least a decent idea. Phil's original claim to fame was that he was a pro Street Fighter player, and he plays Street Fighter once a week. So in theory, a cooking live stream or video based on the Street Fighter cookbook, if nothing else, could be a rather easy way to bring in some extra income in a way that wouldn't be completely out of left field for the type of content he created. After seeing all the support that he was getting, Phil responded like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, all right, hold on. No, this is serious business, all right? I have to go full screen for this.
Wow, look how bald he is on the top of his head. Did you see that? He bent over and his hair is like jumping out of his head. Wow.
Cooking with the King ended 10 years ago. And try that again.
So he hasn't learned that you do what your audience asks for. We try to do that here. I mean, within reason, you know.
10 years ago. I haven't made Cooking with the King in a decade. I don't make cooking videos. I'm not a cook. It was a silly series that I made.
All right, let's jump to the fundraiser.
Phil's stream went live. The button's still not visible. Instead, if you were a new viewer and did not have the link, you had to either A, hit tip in the chat room, which caused issues because the bot couldn't keep up with all the requests for the link, or B, as Phil said, find one of his videos on his DSP gaming channel, click on it, then expand the description of the video.
He's definitely bald, he's definitely fat, and he's definitely gay.
In his pre-stream, Phil stated that he would be taking regular breaks throughout the stream, including an extended one at 4:30 p.m. local time for dinner, which was probably this, given that he said it was Kung Pao chicken that was cooked in the microwave. The stream would run until around 8 p.m., meaning his actual stream length, as he started talking at around 11 a.m., would run approximately 9 hours. It would not be a marathon in the sense that it would end when the tip goal was reached,
sometimes it takes me years to get to people's requests, but I always
given
try.
the length of the game, such requests out of Phil seemed,
Thank you, call me Astro, call me out.
Highly unlikely. So let us review.
He did.
You have a streamer
He did break
looking
his
to raise
toilet.
$3,000 in 9 hours, or about $333
pouring
an hour.
baking
That
grease
A
down his
is
toilet.
infamous for e-begging to the point that less than a week earlier, popular streaming site Deserto published an article criticizing his tactics. B is so chided and disliked amongst other content creators that he can't even have guests join him during the stream, so bringing in other fan bases to help out is out of the question. C has made, since his partnership ended and he was relying solely on tips over the previous 20 days, approximately $9,868 or nearly $500 a day, which is
Wow.
$100 more than the $400 he had been asking for. And
He already-
remember,
he's
the goal was
taking in
double to
more
compensate for the
than he
lost
was.
Twitch income, so in theory, he shouldn't even have been in financial trouble since
So he
now
gets
he had
$9
more
grand
than
and
what
he
would
wants
have
three
had
more.
if he had hit his daily
Greedy.
tip goal every day.
Greedy
D has a
pig.
very well-known mobile gaming gambling addiction. E has had previous fundraisers before where he failed to reach his goal to pay his bills, but he still ended up being okay in the end. F has been unable to completely calm privacy concerns in regards to tipping him. G didn't think to add other ways to make it easy to access the link to tip him, such as putting a link in chat command in the stream title, or to add a link in his Twitch profile that
mouth
was
is
right
like a
where the previous button was before the
sink
DMCA
basin.
takedown. H isn't doing a real gaming marathon in the traditional sense of the word, as instead just treating it like a normal gameplay stream. J is playing a game he's literally done a playthrough of twice already, once in 2010 and again in 2013, and finally, the day before,
I remember that
literally
age,
yelled at
but,
his fans
yeah.
for giving a suggestion as to how to make extra money during his alleged current time of need.
And now, our feature presentation.
Whoa, Jesus Christ, it scared the shit out of me.
I'm not going to do a play-by-play because I don't have much to work with. I will not go over what I consider to be the significant parts of the event. What do you expect? It's Phil playing Mass Effect 1 for an extended period of time, primarily on the Citadel. Besides, his video is running long enough as is. The stream started at approximately
have a great
10:45
soundtrack. I
a.m.
remember that
Pacific Standard
soundtrack.
Time.
I don't remember
12
many
minutes in,
soundtracks
he got
like
on
Master.
stream to start his
I remember that
pre-stream,
one.
where he went on ad nauseum about the importance of the stream, asked for money, and then talked a bit with his viewers. An hour 16 in, after about an hour, he went to use the bathroom. An hour 32 in, he starts the actual game. An hour 59 in, he finishes creating his shepherd and actually starts the adventure. 3 hours 12 minutes in, he beats the first mission. 3 hours 31 minutes in, he takes a quote 5 to 10 minute break. 3 hours 50 minutes in, he returns. 5
God bless
hours
you, Arlene,
42
and
minutes
happy
in,
Easter.
he stops to have dinner,
Thanks
which he
for all
claims
the
will be about a
modding.
half-hour
You
break.
have a great holiday,
6
Arlene.
hours 21 minutes in, he returns from dinner. 8 hours 16 minutes in, he
Galaxy
takes a
map
bathroom
music.
break.
Yep.
8 hours 19 minutes in, he returns, gets a $200 tip, and tweets out to everyone in hopes to bring in more people to donate. 9 hours in, the President of the United States tips Phil. On a more serious note, the number of tips has dramatically increased since 8 hours and 19 minutes in, but they've all been very small. Also, because he has to keep stopping to read the tips and update his board, he's making next to no progress in the game. 9 hours, 10 minutes in, Phil gets a $300 tip.
Many unbearable hours later.
Wow, 1,300. Must be nice. 1,300, one
Now,
stream.
the
That's
audience
pretty
waited
good.
to see Phil's reactions, not only missing his goal, but missing it by a significant margin, as he even hit 50% of what he wanted. What would Phil do? Would he rage at his audience for not helping him in his time of need? Would he break down and cry at the prospect that this failure could lead to
That's
major
great. I do
financial
remember
consequences
Mass
for him?
Effect. That was
Would
a
he
good
pull a
game.
swerve on his audience and not take failure and just keep streaming until either he passed out or reached his goal? Let's see what happened.
This with a final tip from Jasper Kitty, who tipped me $1.30 and says, "Dad, where are you? I want snuggles." Yes, poor Jasper hasn't seen me all day except for briefly during my dinner break.
Yeah, he had his wife send that $1.
My wife is probably wondering where the hell I am, although my wife is actually playing this game right now too, so she's probably having fun. All right.
He just said, I'm not having any
That's
fun
gonna
doing
be
this. I'm just here to beg.
For my launch day marathon premiere of Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I hope you guys liked it.
Yep, everything's
Until next
documented.
time.
The
Very
internet
nice.
never forgets.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for tonight. All right? That is it. Thank you to everyone who hung out with me today, and thank you to everyone who contributed. All right? Listen, we didn't hit the goal.
Didn't hit
What
the
can
goal.
you do? Oh, I have fun with it.
There
I'm
we
looking
go.
forward to more this weekend.
And I'm
all
back.
right?
Sorry for the
All right,
momentary
guys.
lapse of
That's
streamability
it.
or whatever.
Tomorrow we go back to normal streaming. I want to say to everyone, thank you. I'm going to upload all this gameplay, all like 6-7 hours of gameplay
They got
to DSP Gaming right
1,300 in a
now.
day.
That'll go live overnight. And tomorrow, it's Returnal time. Hopefully we can beat the third world of Returnal tomorrow. Okay?
Oh, Returnal.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good
Yes,
evening.
Wilcock got me for
Please.
a moment there, but we're back.
Don't worry. What can I say? I'm going to sit here and worry. What am I going to do? Fucking worry constantly? No. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to say, we'll move forward positively. Let's see how tomorrow goes.
What the hell was that?
To say this was unexpected is a bit of an understatement. After all the controversy and build-up leading to this fundraiser, Phil's response of, well, we didn't make it, but thanks anyways, everything will be fine, led many people to wonder if Phil was hiding something or not being completely truthful with his
he said he
situation.
needed $3,000
Disregard the
to survive.
$9,868 we mentioned earlier that he raised via tips. If Phil still really needed that $3,000, and given that Phil has never been described as calm under pressure, why was he so relaxed after everything that went down? It didn't take long for this question to be answered.
He lied to
Early
everyone.
the next morning.
At 9:38 a.m. local time, Phil tweeted that he had received his payment from Twitch, the payment that he was so sure that he was not going to receive, and was the catalyst for the previous day's marathon. He then posted a picture of the email with a timestamp of 4:38 a.m. local time. Many people were skeptical, though, that this email was from that particular morning, as Phil could have received at an earlier date and simply taken a screenshot then, and then passed it off as it being from the same day. Also, some other Twitch partner streamers responded that Twitch processes payments before they notify their partners. This also means that Phil, in the span of 21 days, thanks to his recent fundraiser, made $11,171, which has also been helped even more by this payment from Twitch. Obviously, we don't know what the amount of this payment was, but if we go by his statement that the money made from Twitch was enough to cover his bills, and if his goal was $3,000, of which $1,303 was raised, then we can add $1,697 to the previous total of $11,171, and then we can assume that Phil has made a grand total of
he has been asking for $3K on stream recently.
which when divided over 21 days means Phil made approximately $612.76 a day before taxes and fees.
Thanks for the money, dummies, because that's exactly what you fucking are. A bunch of fucking empty-headed idiots who paid me money to get absolutely nothing out of it. Thanks.
Yeah. What is Phil's goal for him to kill another rabbit? Suffer.
Since the end of the fundraiser and the start of me writing this episode, a number of things have happened to Phil. The same day that Phil got his payment from Twitch, he was suspended from the platform when, due to a verbal stutter, he accidentally said the N-word while trying to read dialogue on the screen at the time.
When stationary, negative 75%
racist.
damage,
Oh, whoops.
that's really bad.
All right, I should have fast forwarded past that. YouTube algo doesn't like that word. And I just want to say that we are critiquing the video that we are sharing. I did not drop the N-bomb. The person in the video we are sharing did, and we disavow that kind of hateful rhetoric. And then, of course, he denied that he dropped that word.
Ugh. I don't want that. It's a bad one. Hopefully there's a better one. A better parasite.
All right, we'll go.
During a pre-stream before his near replicant live stream, he was notified by Twitch for the reason that his partnership was cancelled.
Dear Darkside Phil, thank you for your message. Oh yeah, 2 weeks later. Your able accrued revenue balance was paid on or around May 15th, which I told you guys, on May 15th when I got paid, I showed you all the evidence. I did get paid by them for what they owed me for as much as I had earned on the partner program until they kicked me out on April 21st.
Yeah, me
That's
too,
the standard payment period, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now, here we go, word for word, reading out of the email. As stated in Twitch's partnership April 21st, 2021 correspondence to you, Twitch exercised its right to terminate the content licensing agreement dated November 25th, 2016. That's when I had signed that contract when I had come back to Twitch in 2016 after streaming here on YouTube for 2 years. With respect to your Twitch account, Darkside Phil, the agreement pursuant to the terms therein, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Get ready. Specifically, Twitch terminated the agreement following its investigation of repeated instances of inappropriate conduct involving hateful slurs in violation of section 4.2.7 appropriate
Well, he was
conduct
anti-Semitic. He's dropping N-bombs.
What
and
the
he's
fuck
shocked.
are you fucking talking about, you lame-brained
he's so
pieces of dumb
shocked.
fucking shit? Hateful slurs. Hateful slurs.
As his daily tip goal set at $400, seemingly all but not acknowledging the fact that he recently made nearly $13,000 this
Yeah, I don't think he likes people knowing exactly how much money he makes, because then the donos will slow down. Like, if everybody in the live chat, like, let's say it's towards the end of the month and they know that he made $13,000 so far this month, would they tip at all? I don't think so.
Finally, according to Phil, he's also making significant more money on his YouTube streaming ads than he did on his Twitch ones. At the
Phil
beginning
got
of this
one
video, I
whole
stated I was going to talk about one of the
$10
worst
super chat
fundraisers
on
in
his
the history of
entire
Twitch.
wrestling stream.
And I think I've done that.
so far
We have a fundraiser
tonight.
set up by Phil, a guy that a lot of people don't like, who probably lied about why he needed to raise funds, who probably already had enough money already and
Phil
didn't
is
need
doing
additional
exactly what you
funds,
think he is.
who probably already received extra money he claimed he wasn't going to get and still asked for people for additional funds. Also, the fundraiser was virtually identical to one of Phil's normal streams, just extended with more requests for money, playing a game he had already played before that probably most people didn't want him to see him play anyways. And being able to donate money was made more difficult by Phil's stupidity and or laziness, making it as easy as possible to donate. All these things combined result in a rather embarrassing grand total when it was all said and done, and it wasn't even for a good cause. But given that this was likely just free money for
I don't
Phil,
wanna
it's
watch
highly
this.
doubtful that he was crying himself to sleep that particular night.
If a babyface lies to the people, then he's dead. And if they don't believe what he's saying, then he's just a putz and he's taking up space. As Ernie Ladd would say, he's stealing.
It's even worse when the fans know the company's the one lying to them.
Well, in that case, they're stealing from the fans.
All right. All right. We made it through. I just thought it would be good if we go over him ripping off his audience for, bill money. The greed, man. $13,000 in a month. You know how happy I would be if I made 13 grand in a month? Milking the dents. A kind and generous $2 super chat from Cyclops86. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Old Nosy, thank you, Cyclops86. And Old Nosy is here with one more. We almost hit the goal tonight. What were we at? 37 of 50. So a little short, but I'm not going to beg about it. But I feel better because I looked over at Phil's chat and it looks like he only got one $10 super chat for the entire stream so far. And they are 2 hours and 15 minutes in. One super chat for $10. And we know that he got 2 kick subs and a $5 tip. So he's at $25 for the whole. $25. Suffer, Phil. You only got $25 for your whole show. Oh, well, he can't be as blessed as me. I am so very blessed with a kind and generous audience. Thank you all so much, including you, Old Nosy, and happy Easter, right? Based on Phil offering a free sex ed class to children. You know who didn't hit the goal? DSP. Suffer, Pig Roach, suffer. $4.75 an hour, Phil. Congrats. Minus YouTube's cut, minus taxes, minus your co-host's cut. Yeah. Suffer, bitch. Yeah, thank you, Cyclops86, and thank you for your contribution and your kindness. So I got to take these headphones off. I blow through headphones like you wouldn't believe. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if I step on the cord, what happens, but they're all scratchy now. So I'm going to have to go dig around. I think I have more in my car and in my bag that I take to and from the cabin just in case I stream there. Otherwise, I got a mission for tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, it's really like losing half of it. It's not good. Like for every $100, I take 70 and then I got to pay the taxes. So I'm down to like 50 or 40, it's not ideal, but thank you, Xbox. And I'm hoping that we're going to get this kick only stream started soon because they only take like 5%, which is fair, right? Chad Steve dunking on Phil. Get Logitech headphones. Ma bills. Yeah, I just paid my taxes for the year, and that put me in a bad mood. Because when you see how much they take, and like I have no control over what they spend it on. Then you're seeing the Doge shit on the news. You're like, why am I paying so much in taxes? Oh, I'm paying for people's pet projects, like trans comic books in Afghanistan or some shit. It's just ridiculous. And I'm paraphrasing. I don't know exactly, but it's just totally. The federal government is the most wasteful organization on the planet. They just blow through money. Can you read my deadpan says, to be fair, 20% never goes to taxes when Phil gets the money. Thank you. Can you read my deadpan? And H, what up with one more for the goal? Hey, if we can get just 12 more, right? H, what up for felting Phil, ripping off his audience and ripping off his wiener. Well, thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. H, what up? It is much, much appreciated. And we thank you, Kick viewers, as well. We got one gifted sub over there. Thank you, Chi Fuji, who gifted a subscription. And thank you, Can't Sin, who became a subscriber, and Winter Soldier, who became a subscriber. Thank you all for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. We have done our due diligence. Geez, my days are all screwed up. Earlier, I said that the Kino Boys are not streaming until Monday. They're streaming tomorrow night, I believe. Maybe not because it's a holiday weekend, but I think they are. So we'll get to hear PPP's response to this tomorrow. And I for one, am looking forward to it. And Pascal Digital says the misappropriation of funds and of our government is guilty of would be a crime for us. Yeah. The timer ended, unfortunately. Well, yeah, it's fine. We went beyond the 3 hours. I forgot about that. It's fine. I should remember to reset it. And I want to take a moment to remind you that this Saturday, people have asked me for more of the Snortex content on multiple occasions. So I want to remind you that this Saturday night, this is going to be interesting. Lynx dishes on locale drama. And boy, does she got some stories to tell. I got to sharpen up my interview skills. I'm catching up on all her lore. I think I'm pretty caught up, actually. And there's all this drama-rama with Grace Thorpe, with Keemstar, with Review Tech USA. She's in the middle of the Snortex, man. She is in it. And this will be this Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, and Elaine Walls is here with one. We'll count it towards the goal, so we're really just 11 away. You got more money than Piggy did. LMAO. Yeah, I always do, and I don't beg, right? I mean, I'm not twisting anybody's arm, Elaine Walls, but thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. That's how you do it, Phil. You just do a good show and people want to contribute. You don't need to twist arms and have boardroom meetings and, shame people. Yeah, I love when he goes like, this is the least supported stream of the year. He says that all the time. They can't all be that bad. But thank you, Elaine Walls. God bless you and yours, and happy Easter, and happy Easter to all my friends. I will be back. I haven't decided about tomorrow. The Truth Seeker blows out the liars at Smart Guys. I am curious how much of Locale Live is scripted. I'm going to ask her. Actually, can you read my deadpan? That's one of my first questions. How much of Locale stuff, including Locale Queens, because she was directly involved in all that, is actually scripted? I think a lot of it is scripted. I think all of it is. And no offense to Keemstar, I kind of respect him because he's a little bit, because he's made probably millions of dollars, right? But I don't like that kind of content, especially if it is manufactured or engineered or scripted, or it's like you're just making up fake drama. Then it's not real drama. And I'm sure a lot of it is scripted, because it seems just it reminds me of Jerry Springer. You ever watch Jerry Springer back in the day? They told these people what to say. They coached them. That's kind of what I think about all that Keemstar content. But God bless him, he's making a lot of money. Um, he's got a camp. He's got a cabin compound that I would kill for. I'm a cabin guy. He's got a great place with like a pond and all this land, and always doing projects over there. Actually, I was supposed to visit there this summer. I think, I don't know. I have to check in with Keemstar, but that invitation is probably getting burnt. He once invited me. I told him I was going to do some cabin content, and could I come and visit his compound? And he said, sure. And he showed me pictures of his cabin and stuff, and some of the stuff from his compound. But I'm sure that invitation and that bridge may be burned this Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because this Lynx girl is fired up and she's going to spill all the tea. All the tea. And I think it's kind of funny that Ethan Ralph is jumping in here like the arbiter of morality, right? He's just simping for this girl so hard. There won't be much simping from me, but I'll be friendly and kind to her, because we always try to be kind to our guests. But I made an exception for Phil because he's a scumbag, and I knew he's a scumbag going into it. So the second co-host should have to eat an apple so we can see if his teeth break. Oh man. But the storyline and events of every episode are known beforehand to everyone, and then they use a small measure of real feelings to fill it out. Yeah, that's probably it. That's kayfabe or kayfab. I don't know how you say that. It's like made up wrestling content. Sure. You know what Keem doesn't have at the cabin compound? Hot nudes of Lynx. Suffer, Keemstar. Suffer. Yeah, absolutely. So listen, please do me a favor. If you like this kind of content, I'm going out on a limb here. This is not my usual wheelhouse, and neither is Darkside Phil. So I've kind of enjoyed the Darkside Phil stuff, and it's certainly lucrative. So I'm here. I'm here for it. We're going to try to do a little bit more of this, Snortex drama-rama content, if people like it, especially when we have an opportunity to do like a Saturday night show, because it's funny and it's fun, and it's, well, this one's going to be, I was going to say it's light and, fun. Well, this one's not going to be a little dark when we hear the shit that this girl's dishing on. It is something, friends, and I'm here for it. Old Nosy with another one for the gold. Phil's co-host were all more dented than PWR, DSPL. Yeah, you keep catching the L's, right? Pascal Digitals. Like you, MFers, we got a new detractor. This Snortex, yes. Saturday night, it's time to get rowdy. Yes. Why is she involving herself in everything? She seems to be like right in the middle of it all, though. I don't think she's intentionally. And then she got kind of like separated from the Lolcow Queen show, and she tried to just do her own thing. They try to drag her back in, though, and apparently Keem's trying to bang her. So it's going to be an interesting show. Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my friends. We want to take a moment to thank all you kind and generous benefactors, you Patreon supporters, you YouTube channel members, you PayPal pledgers, you people buying me a coffee, you people gifting subs over on Kick, you people becoming subscribers on Kick, you people becoming members on YouTube, you people joining my Patreon, you people gifting memberships on YouTube. Thanks to all of you. It has been a great couple of months for me here, and we appreciate your kindness, generosity, and support. So we've done our due diligence for tonight. I haven't decided about tomorrow. I may or may. I honestly, most of me just wants to tune into the Kino Boys and see what they do with this loser, with Phil's loser co-host. But here's the good news: Phil made no money with the meth head with no teeth. He made no money with this guy. That pretty much assures, friends, he's going to pick Ethan Ralph for this gig. He's going to pick Ethan Ralph, and I'm here for it. Yeah, convince her to become a crystal hippie bitch and infiltrate conventions. Maybe I will. Yeah, maybe I'll talk to her about that. Kino. Yeah, most of me just wants to take off tomorrow and just enjoy the Kino Boys show, because I have a feeling that Triple P is going to be fired up, and when he's fired up and pissed off, I love his rants. I just crack up. The Ralpha King, yes, I'm pretty sure that Ralpha Mania. I'm pretty sure, Phil's so greedy, he's going to look at the numbers and go, well, when Ethan Ralph was here, we took in like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And when the meth head Dent was here with no teeth, we got no money. And when this fat homo was here, we got no money, right? He's going to pick Ralph just based on the money. Yeah, same time tomorrow. Probably not. I'm probably taking off, going to spend some time with my family, and I got to finish these backups, friends. These backups are killing me. Tonight, I'm trying to make it a point to download at least 200 of the videos a day. And I think I'm 150 away from finishing downloading every live video we've ever made, like 800 of them. And then when I'm done, I then have to download 650 videos, not live, that we've uploaded. But more important to me is capturing all the live shows, because most of the videos are like clips taken from the live shows or put back together. Some of them are produced original videos that are short, but not many of them. Blazing Mad is here and says, the saddest part is there will come a day when Phil will beg PWR to join him, and I pray that he never goes back, because Phil needs PWR more than he needs Phil. Yeah, I agree. If he was a smart guy, he would have got that PWR kid to be on his show. Steal his fire, right? That kid's on fire. You got to steal his fire. I'm not like a jealous person, but man, there've been some times where like I just go to YouTube and his PWR stream pops up and I'm like, this kid's getting 800 live viewers. God bless him, though. It's good not to be jealous, because there before the grace of it, that kid can do it. I should be able to do that. And I have done it, but not consistently like that. I think he's leveling out, though. I think today he had like 400 live viewers, but good for him. It's more than Phil. It's more than Phil. Yes, we have to steal his hot young guy's fire. Yes. Phil joining up with Ralph is wild. It's almost like he didn't learn anything from the last time he got a huge cash boost. Yep. Yeah, we're going to scoop his heat, Michael. That's exactly what we're going to do. Well, friends, we've done our due diligence. I want to thank all of you kind and generous benefactors, both from tonight and from forever. And please do, if you haven't already, join our Patreon. It's $1, or become a YouTube channel member. It's $5, or become a Kick subscriber. It's $5. It really does help. Yeah, I should have a lot of live viewers on Saturday night. Let's hope so. I'm not going to the cabin this weekend because of Easter, and my wife really wants me to be here when the kids get up and get their baskets and all. Easter's a big deal in my family, so I didn't go to the cabin, which sucks because it's going to be like 70 there on Saturday. I really would like to be there, but you got to do what you got to do. And Barry eats mud pies with $10 Australian, throwing some cash on the way out. Just says GG. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but thank you, Barry eats mud pies, and a happy Easter to you, and God bless you for your generosity. Big, big support. Join up now. The content rules, says Old Nosy. Yeah, and I'm going to try to get the more extra goodies for you guys on Patreon and the members. I apologize. I've been busy with cabin stuff, kids stuff. Now I got kids all week. It's like I'm on house arrest, because my oldest son is autistic and it's difficult to take him places. Sometimes he has meltdowns. If he gets overloaded, he's got sensory issues. So if they're home from school, we basically just hang out at home, take him out in the yard, play, whatever. But I feel like I'm on house arrest, Yeah, I got to be there to help deal with the kids on Sugar Rush. I already told my son Xavier I'm taking all the chocolate, and he's like, no, you're not, Dad. I'll tell the Easter Bunny. He's going to rat me out to the Easter Bunny if I take all his chocolate. Yeah, we used to have a Cash App. I mean, technically, we probably still do, but I didn't like it. I can't remember why. I think they make you wait like forever to take the money out, right? Barry eats mud pies. It's Fortnite lingo, I guess. Good stream, Steven. Thank you, Barry eats mud pies. And I'm pretty sure we pretty much hit the goal tonight, even though the timer ran out. So thank you all for that. And fuck Phil, right in his greedy little eyes, right? So we've done our due diligence. I'm going to bounce on out of here. I will definitely be back Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. I've talked to this Lynx girl off air a few times. Like, I think it's going to be a really good show. And thanks for everybody encouraging me to get more guests like that. Maybe we'll put her in the interviewing the most controversial people on the internet category. But I promise, I'm telling you guys, and I'll tell her, I'm not going to snake her. I'm going to be, we're going to have a great conversation and hear some drama-rama. So, I'm not going to be beating her up like I did with Phil. And besides, I have a special needs son. She's got her own issues. I would never be mean to a person like that. Yeah, it's interesting. And I just happened to reach out to her and say, like, hey, do you want to come on my show and talk about all this stuff? She's like, yeah, absolutely. So that's a good thing. So we've done our due diligence. I will be back, like I said, for sure Saturday, and we'll see how I feel maybe tomorrow, because I do have to squeeze in one more. I'm supposed to squeeze in this one more show on UFOs this week, and it's going to be difficult. Maybe I'll do that on Sunday night and just take tomorrow off and enjoy the Kino boys responding to this shit show, Snooze Fest. All right, I am out of here. So, wherever you're listening from or watching from, I want to wish you and your family a very happy Easter or whatever you celebrate. I'm going to be having that kind of a weekend here, like a whole weekend of Easter activities. Hope you will be, with friends and family and enjoying yourself too. I sure will. So that's all I got for you, friends. Until next time, my name is Stephen Cambian. Good night, and God bless all of you.
Dark corners of the night, secrets hidden from the light. Whispers turn to screams, shattering all your dreams. Eyes wide open now, truth you can't disavow. Echoes through the halls, crashing all your walls. Truth seekers exposing the truth. Truth seekers coming for you. Uncover the lies, open your eyes. Shadows try to hide, no place for them.